Hello! Hi there! Welcome to Dicebreaker. We're here. We're live. It's very exciting. Hey, I'm Liv Kennedy, and this is Wheels.
Oh my god, do you remember this gang?
Oh my goodness.
Do you remember when we had to walk into the studio to do a show? I didn't shut the door,
You
did
didn't? No, I was wondering if you were gonna.
It's been a long old time.
Yeah, I mean,
you've literally never done this.
My voice is going so high. Hey.
Okay.
How are we doing? Are we a bit blurry? Or is that just me?
Oh,
No.
it's just this.
Okay, cool.
Which is now at
Wonderful.
shot, which means that you
Wonderful.
get a lovely little shot
Oh,
of
look at that.
the miniature, which
Beautiful.
I've probably put a little bit too far to the left. But that is fine. Hello, everyone.
Oh, this is all fine.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh dear.
Okay,
Yeah, we are back. We're back in the studio. We are doing our first in-studio dice painter since what? Oh god. I think we did one after the lockdown started because I came in and then I had to get Johnny and Lodi's on webcam into the, which was a whole thing. But what a suitable place to teach you, Liv, how to paint miniatures. Because this is the first time you've ever done any miniature painting.
I've never done any kind of miniature painting. I was so confused when I ran into Warhammer earlier, just asking for certain things.
When I turned up, I didn't realise we didn't have that much gear in the studio, so I brought 4 brushes, which is not really enough to share around. So I was like, oh, Liv, just you can expense them, but just go down to the Warhammer shop and grab yourself some brushes.
Yeah.
I was like, grab these things, and Liv was like, okay.
Just the poor person in the Warhammer store was just like, okay, calm down. What do you need? I can help you.
Oh, goodness. All right. So
Yeah.
we are going to be painting today some miniatures from the new Warhammer Age of Sigmar Dominion box. I would show you the box, but it's currently full of the other miniatures and loads of terrain because we did a little Let's Play on the channel. If you haven't already seen it, if you want to watch me and Liv go head to head using the Kruleboyz and the Stormcast Eternals.
Stop it.
But we've played with them, and you would have seen on the Let's Play that we did that these miniatures are not painted. They have been based and assembled, or assembled and based rather, but they have not been painted. So it's time that we actually put them through some paints.
Let's get to it.
We're going to be starting off with I've gone for a showpiece because you know I love a showpiece. I love doing a big model. It's pretty much the only ones I paint. So I've got the general that comes with Kruleboyz, which is a Killa Boss.
Killa Boss.
On a great Nash tooth. And you have a Knight
Vexillor.
Knight Vexillor.
Dignified, waving the banner proudly.
On camera.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've got a little Storm Dweeb with his banner.
Leave him alone.
And he is going to be what Liv is painting today. Because I did say before we started, you probably shouldn't start with Andresta because
I wanted to start with Andresta.
It's quite a big model, quite an important one to start off with. You always want one that you're not too worried about with your first miniature. But I'm sure these Stormcast, the reason that the Stormcasts are great for new players is because they're really easy to paint.
Yeah.
They've got loads of big bulky things, and it's really lots of nice flat surfaces to put paint on and stuff. And you've got a big banner as well, which will be nice and interesting.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
So there you go.
Thank you.
There it is.
Fantastic.
Aidan Folk says we need a Toto webcam in the corner. Toto's not in the office, so it's going to be one of the first streams, I think, where we're painting and Toto doesn't run in.
Toto's not in the office that you know of.
Not that I know of,
Yeah,
Who
so.
knows? Who knows what that cat is up to? Oh God, I've got so much space. Look
Yeah.
at this. I'm not just on my desk. Oh my God, I'm not used to this.
This is
outrageous.
This is very nice. I just feel like I'm reading the news, but we're not. We're just doing nerdy things.
Yeah, no, we are.
exciting.
We're doing dweeb stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so Liv, this, which I had you assemble earlier, is a wet palette. So, as you can see, Liv has got just a sort of Tupperware box lid. This one's covered in paint, so it's obviously a little bit more colourful than it would be. Underneath, or on top of that lid rather, is some wet kitchen roll, and then on top of that we have some greaseproof paper, which means that when we put our paint down on this, because the water is very gently seeping up through the greaseproof paper.
Just really get
We
emotional
the
about
tech issues got a lot. It means it's going to keep the paint hydrated, which is very nice. So I'm going to obviously start with some Goblin Green.
Oh no, totes.
You need to probably think about what colour scheme you're going to go with on these guys?
Something blue, and then probably...
Oh god, you're actually going to paint them in blue?
Leave them. Look, I love the colour blue. It's my favourite. I've never heard someone like... So I don't remember how we got into this conversation, but it was just like, oh, what colours do you like? And I was like, I love blue. And you were like, what?
Liv, you have no idea the arguments we've had about primary colours in the Dicebreaker chat before you joined. I'm a big fan of the Sunset palette, and blue is very tangentially linked to that.
It's like a nice indigo.
Prefer purple, but you know.
Of course.
Oh god, ultramarine blue as well. Right, okay.
There are no other blues that I see.
No, so we have got some other paints here as well.
Oh, wonderful.
I don't know if the blue is going to be in there, but that Cantor blue, I believe. So these, if you see here, look, this is literally a Stormcast paint set.
Oh.
Some of them have been pilfered, so there's not going to be as much stuff in there, but I'm definitely going to need that rack off flesh. Board Game Yogi in the chat shouting Team Blue.
Woo!
Right.
Thank you, hon. Preach.
I'm going to put down some Goblin Green.
Okay. Okay.
This is where Vallejo comes in handy because they've got these little dropper bottles, which can be a little bit.
Well, this is
easier.
lovely. Is this fine for me to use the Cantor blue?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wonderful.
Go ahead.
Okay. Do we have to do like a base coat, or is it already done?
No, yeah. So it's been base sprayed, so you can see that this, I believe, is called Rune Lord Brass, which is one of the sprays that Games Workshop do. It's got like a sort of like nice sort of like silvery brass colour. So it's not like full on like orange, but it's like it's got like a nice sort of like warm brass colour.
Lovely sheen to it. Yeah.
So
Pop these over here.
the reason I like to base spray these Sigmarines in metal is because then the metal is already kind of there.
Sure.
So unless you want to, so they've obviously got gold armor in their standard paint set, but I usually go for silver armor. I generally think it looks a little bit better, but obviously this is your miniature, so you can paint it however you want.
My miniature.
But then you can do like gold trim on the armor, or you can start painting the robes blue. Is a good place to start.
Yeah, I think I'll start with the blue.
With my goblin, as you can probably expect, I'm going to start painting his skin green.
Sure.
Because he is a gobbo.
That's sweet gobbo life. So I'm just pouring a tiny little bit on here.
Yeah. No, so you don't want to pour it straight out of that.
Okay, cool.
This is a dropper bottle, so it's a lot. Sorry, I'm forgetting that this is your first time painting. All right, so grab your base brush.
Base brush is one of these.
The one that says base on it.
Yeah, got it.
Wet, get it nice and wet in the water. Right. What you want to be careful of not doing with brushes is not rubbing them against the bottom of the mug, which is a common mistake that people do, but it frays the tip, which makes it a little bit more annoying to work with. Then you can give it a nice dry off on the kitchen roll. And then, without letting the metal touch the paint, so basically only get it on the bristles, just get a nice dollop of blue, pop it on your wet palette, and just sort of just get it nice and thin. So what you want to do in general with miniature painting, you want to put little and often rather than all in one big go. So you're better off doing, so Duncan from the Games Workshop, or they used to be in the Games Workshop team, would always espouse the values of 2 thin coats. So you're better off doing it nice and thin first, letting it dry, and then cleaning up later. Because the more paint you put on, the less detail will show through underneath.
Oh, noted.
Because we are painting 3D objects, which is a little bit different from most painting.
So this is fine, or should it be blobbier?
Yeah, you can get I usually get like a tiny little drop of water and then just sort of mix it onto my brush.
Okay.
There's not actually a huge amount of green on this model because most of the goblin's skin, he's just got like one green foot at the moment, which is really standing out. It's got like a nice strawberry and lime palette going on.
Oh, beautiful. That's a strong green.
It is. Well, it's goblin green.
Yeah.
Stands out. I've also got a green wash. So Liv.
Yeah.
Welcome to miniature painting.
Thank you for having me.
There are 3 steps that most miniatures are finished when you do. You can obviously get as complicated with miniature painting as you want, but if you want to get like a bog standard thing, the standard process is first we're going to put our base colours on, so we're going to colour it in basically.
Cool.
Then we're going to use these things called washes. And a wash is a very thin, watery paint, which is why this one is completely empty because I dropped half of it on the table.
Brilliant.
Which you'll also become familiar with as you start to use Citadel paints.
Yeah.
It's very thin, watery paint that when you apply it, it gently colours the paints that you've already put down without washing over them.
Okay.
Well, it does wash out. You know what I mean. It doesn't like obscure.
They don't.
It doesn't obscure the paint. It just sort of tints it.
Okay.
But also, the great thing about shade is it's a specifically watery paint because it gets in all the little crevices and provides like automatic shading on the model.
Sure, okay. I wondered why there was a shade brush. I was like,
Yeah,
right.
so then the most raised part of the miniature, because it has no crevices to pick up the paint, it won't get as much paint on it, so it'll look brighter. So you'll get these nice natural shadows. So once you've put like a couple of base coats on, try getting the Nuln Oil, which is just like a black wash that's just basically shadow, and just go over some of the armor, and you'll see that it will just immediately add detail to it.
Ooh.
Sometimes, to be honest, when I'm painting those guys, sometimes the first step I do is Nuln oiling. Nuln oiling. Nuln oiling. The
Oh, wow.
the armor.
Yeah, this is such a strong, it's applying, like, I know this is obvious, but it's applying very well. It's very strong. I don't know. I'm learning the lingo. I have none so far, but it looks good, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, as Hansel Chewbacca says, we like to call it make look good water. Washing. So the thing about miniature painting, Liv, is that a lot of it is like it looks really complicated.
Yeah.
But then you realise there's just loads of tricks that are very easy to learn, and will just make all miniatures look better.
Okay.
So one of them is shading. The second most important one that you can learn is called dry brushing, which is kind of the opposite, where instead this is gonna be a little bit technical here, Liv.
All right.
Instead of wet paint, we're gonna use dry paint.
Okay.
So wet paint gets into the crevices, whereas we're gonna use a dry brush, which is a really sort of bristly, very hard brush. And we're going to put paint onto it and then work it in like this, so there's barely any coming off. And then when you just flick it across the model, it scrapes on the most raised details and makes highlights instead. So it's literally like the opposite way around.
Okay.
And once you do that, you've got base colours, you've got shades, you've got highlights. That's like most
art, isn't it?
most paintings, isn't it? Yeah. So there you go.
That's what I've heard on the grapevine.
On the grapevine.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's as simple as that, really.
Cool. Yeah. No, I'm very excited. I've been craving ever since we played to, like, get my paint on. It's just a very nice, I don't know, it's like a really good hobby, so that, like, you can, like, bear the fruits of your labor, like, when you actually play it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's so individualistic as well. It's like you can have two identical armies that look completely different, which is very fun. But yeah, it's a very therapeutic thing as well.
Yeah, totally.
Apart from when it's going wrong, then it's awful.
No, I'm sure there'll be such panic for me in a little bit. I'm trying really hard to, like, navigate around this sword.
Yeah, I will say that, like, when you're doing your first colours, like, don't worry too much about spilling, because then you can go back over with another metal. Although this spray paint colour, we don't really have that in a pot.
Right, yeah.
So
true,
so try to avoid the armor, but that's a good first test for you, I guess.
Okay, okay, gotcha. I'm sure I'll be fine. What's your favorite miniature that you've painted?
So I've got a. Do you know the Skaven?
I know of the Skaven.
Yeah, so Skaven, for anyone at home who doesn't, they're sort of like they're rat people.
Yeah.
They have, so they're chaos now, but they already had like sort of demons that they worship, which were rat demons. So I've got this like great Skaven demon. He's like this enormous like anthropomorphic rat person with a huge glaive, like these huge horns coming out of himself. He looks, he's very cool.
Oh, nice.
Probably one of my best paint jobs.
Oh, good job.
But yeah, I think that was like one of the first big showpieces I did as well, so I was really proud of him.
Oh, nice. Oh, this is a lovely area on the back that's ready for that sweet blue.
Yeah, that's why the robes are a nice place to start, because you can just get like a nice big slabbering of paint down.
Yeah. Don't mind if I do. Ooh.
Just getting some of that lovely goblin green down. I don't know if this camera angle is great for the folks at home seeing, because I'm sort of painting here and it's like behind. I might see if I can move the camera over, but it might be a little bit of a headache. How is everyone in chat doing?
Yeah. Hi, guys.
How are we all doing? Are you incredibly excited to see us back in the studio? I might try and get this. I'm going to get this like window a little bit closer to the side, so that we can pop this chat out and make it bigger.
Wonderful. I would love to see what the wonderful people in chat are saying.
Then we might actually be able to read it. So
yeah.
Everything, like, when it comes to streaming, everything's so much more convenient when you're at home, because you've just got, like, I just shove you all in a web, like, I'm literally you're just a browser source. Now I've got, like, cameras to set up and lights, and they've got to get, like,
now you have to
in the right
wrangle me
place.
in real life, just like, where's she going now? Right,
let's get that. Okay, well, that's zooming in all of Chrome, but that's fine.
Yeah.
We've got the concurrent viewer number, that's all good. Hello to
Hi.
Simply Dave, EA122, Nevermore, Jamie Dancer, Ironscar, Mamdu Alotaibi, sorry about the mispronunciation on that, Aya Ryan, Rasmus NEM, Kunigund, Baron Breakfast, James Lind, Titan Uranus, Han Solo Chewbacca, Lee Prufok, Chris Charnley, Aidan Folks, Lolies of course, Tom Tiverington, Knevik, Breezy, all of you. CookieCat94, thank you very much for joining us.
Hi, gang. And also, I'm glad that Loli's picked up on the blobbier thing that I said earlier.
Oh, God.
It's all connected, wheels.
I need you all to stop.
Cease and desist. Oh.
This green and red colour palette is really reminding me of, you know those Kruleboyz?
Yeah.
Yeah, where they're like strawberry and lime. It's giving me
wow, yeah.
those vibes. Is it Kruleboyz, I think? Maybe.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Oh, no, maybe that's the tropical one where it's like red and yellow.
Yeah, I mean, as we discussed earlier, I'm not like that much of a sweet tooth, but from what I can recall, yes.
Was that a Midlands tooth pronunciation I heard there?
Sweet tooth.
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 Maybe. Maybe so. I mean, like, honestly, my accent and my pronunciations are scattered at best. I probably have mentioned before that, like, everyone that meets me initially is like, oh, what part of America are you from? And I'm like, Wales.
America?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, all day. No,
I at no point have ever thought you sound American. I've
Thank
also
you.
never thought you sound Welsh, though, so...
yeah, whenever me get angry, no, angry. But, yeah, no, like, if it's like, say, a taxi driver, they'll be like, oh, what are you doing over here? Like, what are you here for? And
What are you
like,
doing over
what are you
here?
doing here?
It's a local taxi for local people.
And I'm like, oh, you know, living my life, really.
Yeah, I've been living here my entire life.
Yeah,
So.
it's all good. So it's either like America, Canada, or New Zealand I've also gotten. But it's like, oh, I'm just mumbling because I'm uncomfortable. But yeah, it's a fun fact about me.
There you go. Learning all about Liv. And we have our first super chat of the day from Breezy, who says, good day. Really loved watching the battle report that you guys had. What colour did you use for the Stormcast? Yeah, so we just said this is Rune Lord Brass that we've got based, which is one of the Games Workshop sprays. I usually, to be honest, when I spray, because that can cost about £16.
Really?
Which is
Hot damn.
outrageous. Whereas if you go to like a pound shop, you can find like car sprays that are like well, obviously they're a quid, but like they're literally the same thing. Like obviously you don't get quite the same color variants, but if you just want white, black, or silver, like they're literally the same thing.
Yeah, like I guess you're paying for the name brand, right? I suppose. When it comes to, did you get them from Warhammer or did you get them somewhere else?
This was from Dicebreaker, which is the local Brighton board game shop.
Yeah, I went there yesterday, in fact. It's lovely.
Yeah, no, it's very nice. They've got a brand new building, which is like, for the people at home, obviously you've been there, but they've got a brand new building, which is like an old converted church, and it looks really nice.
It's super cool.
It's a gorgeous building.
Yeah.
Aya Ryan says, does this mean that Liv speaks Welsh?
Ga i fynd I ti bag ysgol yn dda.
Oh, I love how you did the little, just like, just before the flex. Just like, oh yeah, can I speak Welsh? Oh yeah, here's an incredible...
No, it's not. That just means, can I go to the toilet, please?
You can.
Oh, okay, thank you. I'm good
more
for
than
now.
welcome.
I'm good for now. But yeah, no, that's something that like all the Welsh primary school children and whatever will learn. Just because before you go to the toilet, you have to say it in Welsh. It's like,
Is that the only thing you have to say in Welsh?
yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Rydw i'n hoffi coffee. That's about it. I got a C in Welsh GCSE, so you know what?
There you go.
that's about it.
Watch out.
I know, right?
Mrs. Wales.
I know. Oh, yeah. Lady Wales, they call me. No, but it's something that I have been interested in learning. But I was like, oh, if I do learn a language, I'd probably want it to be something like Spanish or French or something.
Yeah, something a bit cooler.
Yeah, look, there's nothing wrong with Welsh.
No, but like...
It's no longer a dying language. They're revamping it.
Spanish or French, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
A little continental, a little European.
Oh, Lodi says it's the same in Ireland with Irish. It's odd. Yeah, right.
What, just learning how to say, can I go to the toilet? Is the only thing that we tell people.
I mean, to be honest, like, my mum is Irish, and she knows the Irish for "Can I go to the toilet, please?"
There you go.
That's it.
Right. I have painted his hands and feet in green.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah, so he is officially a goblin now.
Oh, it's a goblin man.
I think I might. I don't know how well it's showing up on stream, but I think I might just zoom it in a tiny bit.
Sure.
So it'll at least give us a little bit more detail.
Enhance.
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 Oh, all we need now is Loli's here.
I know.
It's like we're so close to being back to normality. We just need Loli's back.
Loli's.
Yeah, there he is. There. Looking very green and goblin-y. But not like the green goblin, you know, just green and goblin.
Yeah.
I wasn't originally planning to spray these guys red because they do have like red shields and red armor and bits in their official scheme. I was going to spray them green, but now that I look at it, like, there's not really that much green on him, so it's probably fine. Might be better off with like a brown or something.
Yeah, maybe. What is like? Are you just kind of like going with what you want?
Holy says, "I will never come back."
I will.
I'm just going to go for. He's got a lot of leather, so I'm going to be doing a lot of browns. I'm going to keep. So I think in the official scheme they just have red shields, because they're supposed to look like squigs. Do you know what a squig is?
No.
They're these weird little, very Warhammery creatures.
I love their name.
Oh, they're great. They have goblins that ride them. They're literally like, they look like testicles with legs and mouths. But they have little goblins that ride them called squighoppers.
Okay. Of course they do.
The greenskins are hilarious.
Like literally all the stuff that you've like said to me, like referencing the goblins, I'm like, are you saying real words to me? What is this? what language is this?
But yeah, so the armor bits that they have, I'm going to keep all in red. So I think they're supposed to be in like sort of a bit silver, a bit gold, you know, that kind of stuff. But I'm going to try and keep as much red on as possible.
Okay.
So I think green and red is a really cool, like really poppy color scheme.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and make them look very vibrant.
Nice.
But as for the rest of it, I'm just going to sort of go with my gut, I think.
Yeah, go with gut rippers.
Go with my gut rippers.
Yeah.
Go with my gut rippers. But yeah, I think there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of browns. There's going to be a lot of leather. So yeah, I might do that first. To be honest.
Okay.
Let's get some leather brown out, shall we?
Oh, perfect.
I think we should have some more browns in there as well. Is that one in the?
Let's find out.
We've got a Rakar flesh, which is going to be very handy.
Yep. What's that? There's others, I'm sure. Hang on.
There's like a.
It is whatever this is.
Is that? I think that's another Rakar flesh.
It is.
I don't know what's in this. I don't know what's in this box anymore. We haven't checked this one yet, have we?
No. Let's find out what
But Loli's
it is.
scarpered off with all the other paints, so.
Classic Loli's. I mean, I don't know, but oh, here we are.
One thing.
Mornfang Brown.
There it is, classic.
Yeah.
A verified classic, the old Mornfang Brown.
Does that just mean sad brown? What does it mean?
No, I think it's like a creature or something.
Oh, okay, right. Can I balance you on this? Yeah, I will do that. That's fine.
Pretty much everyone who like has just started painting, this is the only brown they ever own. Because nobody ever thinks, oh, I need lots of different browns. Ah, there we go. Right.
Lovely. Lovely.
Get that nice and ready to roll as well. But I'm going to start with this leather brown. Make sure my brush is nice and washed.
Nice. So, yeah. So it seems to be applying pretty well. I mean, I don't need to put any, I don't know, water on this.
No, you don't
out.
want too much water, because if you put too much in, it will get runny, which means that it won't properly set, and it will turn into a wash basically, so it will go into the cracks.
We don't want that.
No, we don't want that with base paint.
No.
But you do want to have it nice and thin, so it just glides over. You want to find that sort of sweet point between like the paint glides nice and easily, and it's not too globby, but also it's like not so thin that it's like transparent basically.
Sure. Yeah. I gotcha.
Okay, I'm going to start painting his robe that he's got on.
Nice. Dashing robe. Maybe, I don't know, maybe less dashing, but...
These guys are very like swamp goblins.
Yeah. They're just out there doing their thing.
I don't think they're that dashing.
Depends on your perspective,
yeah,
really.
that's true.
Depends on what you're dashed by. I don't know.
They might dash your hopes.
Maybe hopes, your dreams.
Might dash your hopes of Games Workshop ever giving them a proper named character, for example.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I should probably talk about this on camera at some point rather than just like, moaning to you in DMs. Games Workshop have such a bias towards their obvious poster boys, the Stormcast Eternals. First of all, they worship Sigmar. It's called Age of Sigmar, so that's pretty good stuff.
Well,
for
there
them.
is that. Yeah.
But the Dominion box not only comes with 300 more points of Stormcast models.
Yeah, no, it is true.
But also the main characters that they have for each army. You've got a named character with its own backstory.
Yeah.
And then this is just a boss. It's just all right, cool.
The boss, yeah, classic. Yeah, no, we played another round, didn't we?
We did. We played another game,
Yeah.
which was a lot closer.
Yeah,
A lot closer.
It was. I mean, you protected your boss, so that was good start. Yeah, no, and you were. I feel like I thought that you were going to win as well.
I felt like I had done all of the necessary things to win, but then you just had the named character that comes in the box that is so absurdly powerful.
She is very powerful.
Literally, I managed to hit her about 3 times, and then she just healed all of the damage. I was like, fine, whatever. But then, meanwhile, she's one-shotting hero characters. She is absolutely absurd.
I mean, you did a good thing by getting the Lord out of the way.
The Lord.
Yeah. Because I was watching the other let's play we did, and wow, D6 attacks.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's
well,
a lot
I
of
guess
attacks.
it's it can be a lot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true. With my rolls, and I will maintain that my rolls are usually really bad. It's just against you.
I only saw you not get D6 attacks with a 6 once. So I don't know if they're that bad.
Look.
I don't know if I agree with that statement.
It's I'll just have to keep playing games against you because then it's fine. It's fine and dandy. But yeah.
I'm glad I can be your punching bag, Liv.
Thank you so much. You make me feel so much better about myself.
I'm well, at least I'm not Wheels.
Never.
Could be worse.
No.
It's getting hot in here, actually. I might put the aircon on.
Oh, that might be a good idea. I was wearing a hoodie, as you recall.
Oh, God,
and I was
yeah.
maybe not for the best.
I don't know how many of our watchers are in the UK, but it is currently, in Brighton anyway, 98% humidity over here.
Mm-hmm. I feel it. I really
not
do.
Great. You walked out and it felt like you were in a swimming pool. It was horrendous.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that today. I was like, what another sunny day in Brighton I'm sure it will be. Oh, no. Okay.
Well, so, yesterday I, biked over to Zoe's and then I only brought a shirt and T-shirt, a T-shirt and shorts rather, to bring to the office because I wasn't expecting it to get so horrible.
Yeah.
So if it starts, because it was torrential downpour last night, so if it starts that again, I'm going to be a bit screwed. I haven't got my car either.
Oh, no. Oh, it was really nice, though, last night, just I had, both my windows open, just, letting the rain sound soothe.
Blessing the rain sound.
Yeah.
The storm was absolutely lovely to watch when you're inside.
Yeah. Oh, so yesterday I was walking to get the train, and it had started to rain, and it was the first rain. I don't know for however.
Yeah, no, we did need some rain.
We did to break the heat. But I glanced up to my left for whatever reason, and there was this woman, and she was on her balcony. But she just had her arms out, head raised towards the sky. She was just loving it.
Oh,
I was
God, I feel
good for
that.
you, hun.
I feel that woman. Kindred spirits.
It was very funny.
I'm so bad in the heat. I was just not built for it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm the same. I managed to get it once. Well, yeah, in the beaming sun once, and now I've got tan lines everywhere, and I'm I don't know what to do with tan lines. I'm usually fine.
Yeah, I just got burnt.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be, because apparently people with darker skin are get less vitamin D, but are less likely to be burned and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm cool. I should probably still get some sunscreen.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, just a dab. Yeah. But we shall see if the sun comes back anyway. Hell yeah, soak in that rain. Yeah, exactly. Aga? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Aya, but feel free to correct us.
Yes, please do. I will
we are-
butcher any name.
We are always wrong.
For real. Like, somebody could be called Clive, and I'll be like, Clive?
Ah, Clive. Oh, it isn't Joan. It's John. Oh, sorry.
Classic Joan. Thank you for absorbing the rain for us, by the way, says
you're welcome,
Rasmus.
yeah.
Yeah, it's all right, it's all good. It's all good. We are here to help.
Right. They're nice swampy browns in.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Disgusting? I feel really weird because like I was like really intently painting, but I realized I was just really intently painting his butt. It's like, yes.
Yeah, that's a nice colourful ass you got there. I'm going to put the aircon on because I'm already getting too hot.
No worries.
It was on earlier and it was like 18 degrees. I was like, that's a bit obscene. But actually, I can see why now.
Yeah.
Once you close the door and you've got all the studio lights on, it does get pretty toasty in here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, how does it? All right, what's them up? How does everyone feel about a new camera angle? Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go.
Sure.
Put that there. Ugh. When I said everyone, I'm more meant chat. But
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. You talk to chat. I'll just be here. Don't worry about it.
Please excuse the slight motion sickness everyone's about to get. But
Ooh, whoa, hey.
it's fine. There we go.
Hi, chat.
Pop that there.
Hello.
Well, we've got a lovely shot of some brushes right now. So
Oh, lovely. These are my brand new brushes. So.
they are your brand new brushes.
Yeah, I'll have you know. I'm very pleased. I like, ooh. So, I did get, yesterday, I bought Destinies, which is a new board game, apparently.
Apparently.
Apparently. That
You're
it's
not
new.
sure if they were lying to you.
Yeah,
when
it's
they-
like,
when
is
you
it
bought
new? I only take new things. But there are a bunch of little minis and stuff in there.
Oh, okay.
So I might give them a go.
There we go. If
Might
I paint here now.
destroy
Oh, look at
that.
that. That's a great shot there.
Yeah?
Now you just got my hand in the way.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Oh, all right, let's rethink again.
In the meantime, hello.
Listen. We're new to this all again.
Yeah, it's
you know?
trial and error. It's if you need to like an excuse, just be like, "Oh, Liv, she's brand new. She didn't know what she's doing."
Liv, you screwed up all the
I
streams
did.
that I was doing.
Oh, I can't believe it. I'm so sorry.
I can't believe you broke the stream that I was completely in charge of.
Yeah. You know, I'll be better. I'll learn. It's all good.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's a good angle right there. That's a good angle.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Oh, lovely.
But needs paint too, says Pumpkin Jack. Yeah. No, exactly. But deserve paint. Should they need it?
Hugo says, watched the battle report yesterday. First time looking at your channel. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Hugo.
Oh, thanks.
Welcome on in.
Thank
I
you
keep
very
forgetting
much.
that the sort of Warhammer community call them battle reports whenever you sort of do like a
Yeah, I did wonder.
miniatures let's play. I think I put it in the tags, but I gave it a let's play. So just to welcome you in, this is Dicebreaker.
Hi.
We are a tabletop news, reviews, let's plays, all sorts of things YouTube channel. But we're also a website. So if you head on over to dicebreaker.com, we have a thriving little website full of all sorts of news
Yeah.
on miniatures games and board games, card games, whatever you like.
By the
So
wonderful Matt Jarvis and Alex Meehan
Yeah.
and all sorts of wonderful
Chase Carter, all of our fantastic contributors.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of stuff to enjoy if you're into tabletop stuff. And we tend to do these painting streams often as we can. We're actually going to be doing 2 in a row because next week we're going to be painting some miniatures in a sponsored video because we've been sponsored to paint some stuff.
Heck
It'll
yeah.
be fun. But for now,
yeah.
just to remind you, as it says on the stream frame, we're painting some Warhammer Age of Sigmar Dominion.
And,
I don't know when this is coming out, by the way. I think this is on pre-order right now.
I think when I was in Dice Saloon yesterday, they mentioned there was going to be like a opening ceremony. Not that, but
ceremony.
Like
They're
the
gonna get the
Olympics.
box and it's gonna have a big ribbon on it that they'll need to cut.
and they're going to light a torch and everything. But it was going to be on like July 3rd or something. They
Okay.
were going to like
They're
teach
probably going to do
people
like
and stuff.
because it's a brand new edition of the rule set as well. So
Yeah.
they're probably going to do like a sort of open play tournament or something like that.
But
And folks, as they say, the channel you're already watching. It's Dicebreaker.
Hi.
Yoga says, unfortunately, I can't stay around for too long because I have schoolwork to do. Big bummer though. No, it's fine. Well, I'm sure we'll see you on another stream.
But we've got loads and loads and loads of stuff already pre-recorded as well on the channel. So please do give us a subscribe. And if you click the bell icon, you can get notified whenever we put something new live as well, which is very, very, very handy.
Exactly.
Because it helps us be seen despite the YouTube algorithm.
Please help us be seen.
The YouTube algorithm that does literally everything in its power to keep us down.
We can't be stopped.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, hopefully we can't be stopped. Something I mentioned to you earlier, Wheels, which is kind of funny, is that I've been going into places being like, oh yeah, I've started playing Warhammer. And they're like, oh cool, what Warhammer have you played? I'm like, oh, Age of Sigmar, Dominion. And they're like, oh.
Yeah, sure you have.
Yeah.
I don't realise that you're a tabletop journalist.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, don't worry, I've played it. And yeah, so I've now realised I have to be like, yeah, no, it's press. It's press. It's press.
I promise. I promise.
But yeah, I do look forward to playing a few more bits and bobs. Is it only going to be Age of Sigmar that's in the 3rd edition for now? Or
How do you mean, sorry?
so like you have the 3rd edition form of play. Can you just go back and just play in that style with other campaigns that are out? If that makes sense.
Well, yeah, no. So,
Okay.
so like, those. It's just the core rules that's a new edition of, right? So it's
Okay.
like all the models still work. I think some of the what are they called, war scrolls, which is like the stat lines basically for each unit, have been updated a bit.
Okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, so like pretty much when they say new edition, they mean sort of like a revised rule set, kind of like
Okay.
kind of like D&D, you know, like it's although D&D is a little bit more wholesale when they do an edition.
The D&D, you say?
Have you heard of it?
Yeah, of it. Yes, vaguely. I was like, you gonna give me permission to launch into like a D&D rant of some kind?
Unfortunately, you always have permission to launch into a D&D round.
Woo! I got nothing to say right now, so it's fine.
It's good, according to you. Right, so I'm almost on the lever.
Hugo just popped back in saying, I hear D&D! Yes.
Yeah,
Hugo.
we also play D&D here. We have a show that has finished recently called Dicebreaker, which is our sort of live, not live, but actual play, that's the one, sorry, of D&D. We are planning, and we're currently in the process of figuring out what we want to do with it.
Yeah.
To make a new show in its place. So if that intrigues you, stick around.
Hell yeah. Heck yeah. Hell yeah, fine. That's not a swear, is it? No. Well.
Hell is not a swear, despite what evangelical Christians might try and tell you.
I'm getting too into my little cleric guys. You know, who knows?
Okay, so we've got some
Oh yeah, look at that.
yeah, some brown leather going on now.
Oh yeah. No, he looks like he's had a nice little roll around in the mud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a swamp boy, isn't he?
He's a swamp boy.
He's a swamp boy. He loves a little bit of the swamp.
He loves it.
So what I might do now I've got that leather sorted out, I think I'll do this other bit here. It's more of a banner, so I'll do like a more creamy colour.
Cool.
But what I might do is start showing you how washes work.
Oh,
Start
yes.
washing some of his armour.
Yeah, you got to keep your arm clean.
Well, now, you see, what you've gone for there is a different definition of the word wash. But, but I respect the effort.
Thank you. You're welcome. I'll keep trying. Yeah, do you think it's like wise for me to just kind of keep going with the parts I want to be blue and just kind of...
Yeah, no, I think in general, like when you're doing the base colours, you just sort of like...
All right.
You can just do like, okay, I'll do all the blue, then I'll do all the gold, you know, that kind of thing.
Cool. Sounds good.
But it's pretty much just up to how you paint. I mean, I've got ADHD, so I just sort of like go back and forth, and I'll like dip into the same colour about 20 different times over the course of one painting thing.
I mean, same, but I'm more... What's it called? This is an example of it. When you can't think and you kind of drift off. Inattentive.
Yeah.
That's me.
That's classic D&T, not even knowing what we have. What was I going to do? I was just about to read something out, which, oh my god, it's happening again. Aidan Folk says, does that thing have a little My Little Pony style butt tattoo? And he does.
Cute.
He's got a cutie mark, I believe.
Oh my god, yeah, that's him.
On his ass. Yeah, there he is. I believe that means he's been branded, which is a bit less fun.
No,
but,
yeah, slightly less fun. It's not like his destiny or whatever.
But yeah, we can call it a cutie mark.
Yeah, sure. Will you
Right.
paint it like a bunch of bright colours and it'll have it stand out from everything
What if
else?
we get some? There's a stuff called green stuff, which you use to sort of like customize models. So what if we covered it over with green stuff and then carved a new one in that was a love heart?
Oh, cute. I think that's a great idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit more cleaning up on the green, just because there's a few bits that dried through a little bit transparent. It's a strong green though. It does. That was only after one
Really is.
one run that it got
Yeah.
nice and bright.
It's wild how, like, I don't know, the character to me stands out so much more now that.
Well, yeah, like
Got a
as soon
little
as
bit.
you start giving some variance in the color, right?
Yeah.
I think one of my flaws is like I tend to do quite natural looking colors, but it means that it can look a little bit muddy because it's a lot of grays and browns and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get more into more vibrant color palettes.
Nice. Very nice.
So I think having a bit more red and green on this one will be a little bit more interesting.
Yeah. I'm trying my best to kind of keep inside the lines. That's why it's taking me so long. But I think we're getting there.
Gotta give this bit of underarm here. Now, technically, Liv, if you want to be smart,
Or usually do. What? Yes.
I usually try to be.
Yeah,
but-
usually I want to be smart. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't always end up like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes people will sort of build their model in parts, paint it, and then reassemble it. Especially if you've got
yeah.
like shields, for example, you can sort of paint the arm whilst it's exposed and paint the shield separately and then just glue them together. For
Yeah.
example. But I don't do that.
Yeah.
So.
No, that does sound like a good idea.
It does, doesn't it? That's
Yeah.
probably why I don't do it. But there you go.
Oh well.
Right.
Good.
I'm going to show you how some washes work, Liv.
All right. I am ready.
Have we got a red? Is that a red there?
Is there also red here? Is that going to work or
Is
that
that
one?
corn red? Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah, pass me that.
Corn red.
I'll just clean up. Corn is the blood god.
All right.
Yeah.
Blood guard corn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, do I go underneath
Cornflakes,
here?
as some people call them.
Oh.
Have
Of course they do.
you ever heard blood for the blood god, skulls for the skulls throne?
I feel like I have.
That's okay. He's one of the chaos gods, Corn. He's the god of like murder, basically death and murder and
Of course.
destruction.
Yeah. No. Of course. Why would I expect anything less from corn?
Corn with a KH. I will just point out, not
Yeah.
not like sweet corn.
Or corn with a K, the band from whenever they were from.
2000 and probably 2000 to be honest. It's
Yeah.
Probably when they kicked off.
Right on the-
maybe a tiny, maybe 90s.
Right on the line.
Maybe a little bit 90s.
Yep.
Right. I'm gonna get some alternate shading on some of this red armor.
Iron Scar seems to know what you're talking about. Blood for the blood god.
Skulls for the skull
throne.
throne. So I used to work. You know, we were playing that Warhammer music when we were having our battle.
Yes.
Not the one we recorded, the one that we did off camera.
Yes.
That was for a game called Total War Warhammer 2, which is a game that I used to work on because I used to be a content producer there.
Fantastic.
And there are models, units in Warhammer 2 with my voice.
No way.
Yeah, because they get like they're just like, oh, we're gonna do a big group session. So if you want to be a voice in the game, like just come be part of a big group shouting. So I think I'm a dark elf.
Oh, cool.
Shouting, "For Kane!" as we like charging. So.
That's
Finn
fantastic.
Khan says, "Yay, painting stream! Yay, studio! Yay, live!" I know that's my thoughts exactly. My thoughts exactly.
Yay, Finn. Just so
back.
delighted to be here,
We're back.
to be honest. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, the plan is to just be back, you know,
Yeah.
and just not do stuff from home unless we're doing like games or stuff, or if we want to get loadies involved or something like that. But yeah, if we can do it from the studio, we will try.
Try our darndest.
Especially, I'm getting a laptop upgrade at some point, which is going to help a lot because we tried as a backup to run it on this laptop and it did not want to do it. But that's Apple Macs for you. Right. Okay. So I just cleaned up this breastplate a little bit because do you know what? I'll do the shoulders. This is the problem. If I'm like, yeah, I'll do this.
Yeah, that's not
First I'll just do a bit of this.
I'm still on the robe.
She loves that robe.
I do. I just want to make sure it looks nice.
I'm sure it looks lovely.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Just certain parts I'm like, well, that's not fully done, and then this needs to be done, and blah, 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 blah. I'm getting there though.
Yeah, the problem is this red is a different shade to the undercoat, so I'm having to now.
Oh heck.
Oh god damn it! I went over the brown. This is what happens. This is what happens.
Oh, that's how it be.
You go back and forth and back and forth.
Older two? Yeah. So it's thoughts on Warhammer 3.
Yeah, that's cool. Speaking of Khorne, that's one of the playable factions in the next Warhammer game.
Oh.
In the next Total War Warhammer game, rather. Because there are a lot of Warhammer games.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. They've got Kislev as well, who are like sort of Russian, like Eastern European style vibes. They have bear cavalry.
Ooh,
very fun.
That is fun.
They've got like sort of, you know, like the Polish, called hussars?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm thinking of? You know, with the big winged helmets. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got that kind of vibe as well. It's very fun. Right.
Aha.
Okay. Let's do some shading. So,
Cool.
here we go.
What you got?
So, we use a slightly different brush for shading. You want a nice, big, soft brush. So this one has hardened, so I'm just going to quickly...
Oh gosh, okay.
Yeah. Because
That's sweet crunch.
paint dries in it. So,
Yeah.
So we're just going to quickly wash this off. Nice bit of ASMR.
Oh. Oh. Like I didn't hear that in my earphones, but I imagined I did, and it was unpleasant.
I mean, we're not wearing earphones. So
I know, but I was
would be very
imagining.
impressed if you did.
My imagination is so strong. Yes. But yeah, so you clean that off.
Yeah. So once we've got that ready, I mean, you've got just a shade brush ready to roll, which has never had any paint on it, so you'll be fine. But we're going to grab one of these. So I'm going to be starting with Kruleboyz Killa, which is basically red wash.
Is that just like a vial of blood?
It's more pinky, to be honest, once you open it
okay.
up. Yeah, it's got like a sort of pinky vibe. So yeah, Kruleboyz Crimson is just like a red wash. It's not really going to focus on that. But as I said, this is super watery, so you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I sort of be very careful with these things because they fall over so easily. So if I hold that up to the camera, should hopefully focus.
Come on, camera. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. So you can see it's super watery paint. So you don't want too much of it on your brush, but one thing that is very useful with washes is because it's watery, you can just absorb it with your brush off the model.
Okay.
If you put a little bit too much on. So what we're going to do is literally, and you'll see as I start to brush it over, you see it just gets in all the crevices.
Oh, yeah, there it goes.
And then immediately starts making its make look good water.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's going to make look good.
Cheat water.
Yeah, cheap water.
Oh.
It's great.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm going to put that over the shield.
Cool. So you're doing that instead of, oh, I guess it's got the base, so you don't want to add any more detail to the shield.
Yeah, no, I'm going to use that as my base colour and then maybe put some highlights over the top. But
Okay.
you have to bear in mind, this is a red wash. So if, say I wanted to put, I don't know, yellow on there, I would want to do it after I've already done the red wash because otherwise it will turn the yellow a little bit orangey, for example.
Gotcha.
Which I might want, but I might not.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, exactly. Depends on what I'm doing, really. Okay, so then we'll grab a little bit more. Do Wheels unplug his mic when he turns to the camera? I think it's just quite directional, that's all.
Ooh.
Because I've got it facing this way because I'm more likely to be talking to Liv. So when I talk away from the mic over here, it's a little bit harder to pick up my voice.
But hopefully, yeah, I'm sure your wonderful voice is still coming through. Who knows? Hopefully.
Wonderful. Oh,
Wonderful.
oh, Liv, you do flatter me.
I do.
So I'm going to pop that over the armour as well.
Cool.
So I'll show you an example here. So
Right.
it's difficult. I'm trying to show you and the camera at the same
Yeah.
time. So you see here, it's kind of pooling. So I literally grab my brush and just do that. It will just sort of soak it up. See that?
Oh. And this is still a shade brush or the dry brush?
This is just a shade brush. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, shade brushes are just big wet brushes, basically. They're
Okay,
not-
cool.
They're not really that different from a standard one. But yeah, just soaks it up.
Oh, Josh Warriad says, "Hey folks, can't stay as it's my birthday today, and I have to go
happy
spend
birthday,
it with
Josh.
family to go spend it with. Drink your paint water." Thank you so much, Josh.
Drink
Happy
your paint
birthday!
Drink your paint water.
Have a
everybody.
lovely paint water drink for your birthday. Don't. Enjoy it.
We like to drink them, Josh.
Josh.
Josh is all right.
I'll keep going if we don't stop. The other week I was out with my housemates and they started singing it like as a joke, but I was like, it's kind of serious, but it's also kind of a joke. Do you want me to do it?
Do you want? I've been to uni. I've been
Yeah.
trained.
I
Do you
will.
want
I
me
will
to?
do it. I'm not in top form anymore, but I will do it. So that's my little robe area done for now,
Yeah,
ish.
but show the screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's done some lovely blues.
Some blues.
Right, there it is. Oh, lovely soft focus pull there. Yeah, looking very clean.
Thank you.
Very clean.
Cleanish. I think there's still underneath bits that I could do, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's all the blue, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I reckon what you should do next,
Mm.
grab your shape brush, put some Nuln oil on that sucker.
Oh.
Now this is very full,
Okay.
very thin, watery paint.
Oh no.
So as soon as you knock that over, it is
It's
the
over.
end. And I know that you're a very clumsy person.
I'm a
Lynn.
very clumsy
So
person.
once you've got it on your brush, I suggest that you fully click the lid back down.
Thank you.
I can see that happening from a mile off.
Can you also see the fear in my eyes?
Fear that I hope I have put in tight.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually thinking, okay, so this blue, there's also, like, he's got a little shoulder plate. And then the I guess I could do the flag as well.
Are you trying to copy the
A little bit.
colour scheme?
Just
yeah?
like the basic colour scheme, yeah, I
Yeah.
might.
You know you don't have to though, right?
Yeah, I know.
You're welcome to, but you don't have to.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Quite like it.
Well, I mean, you're wrong. But
I disagree. Ooh, there's a little
Listen,
skull on here.
Liv, you're welcome to have your own wrong opinions. What colour
As
you
are you.
want. Yeah, I just choose not to exercise that right.
Oh, you might have to rethink that a little bit because I've got some news for you. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, in general, I really can't stand how Sigmarines look from their base colour. I think they're already, like, I don't think they're very attractive models in general.
Mm-hmm.
I think they look a little bit better when you silver the armour instead of gold it.
Cool.
And then also, just don't use blue. I just think blue is the horrible colour.
What's wrong? I love it's the colour of the sky and the sea and I don't know what
Yeah,
else.
sure.
Yeah, it is. Cool hair.
Cool hair.
Yeah.
Nothing says blue like cool hair.
Yeah. Also, Aiden Fogg says Wheels isn't over Liv knocking over his minis. Look, Aiden. It was a harrowing time.
I mean, look, you said it was harrowing for you. I spent my entire night building those things. I was terrified.
You did. You really did. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, you were so shaken up. Not by the falling, just how long, the sheer amount of time you'd spent on the minis. Oh.
It was quite a commitment I had to make.
Yeah, you did great.
There we go.
Maybe next time, if there are minis to set up, I can like contribute.
Oh, you did contribute. You made some of the Hobgrot slitters.
I did, yeah.
Crap, I missed one of his feet. God damn.
No, not the feeties.
All right, that's fine. So that red wash is now going to start drying.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see already it just starts to add a bit of shade just to his red armor. Gives it a little bit of depth.
Mm. Oh my goodness, he is so deep.
Yes, you're right.
Thank you.
See that? The reason these white palettes are so great is this green is the first colour I put down. Look, still nice and wet.
Yeah, look at that.
Whereas
Mine's kind of dried in.
on literally anything else, it would be completely gone by now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just realised this banner's made out of skin.
Oh, of course it is.
Look,
it's
got-
a hand.
it's still got a hand attached.
Oh dear.
Still got a little hand attached.
Oh.
Oh, that is a choice.
Yeah, that's some grim imagery right
Yeah,
there.
delicious. That's Warhammer for you.
I'll stick with my boys over here. They just got flags made out of hope.
Chris says he's a big boy for a goblin. He's more. I think he's an orc.
Oh, yeah.
So he's technically an orc, but it's a faction called the Kruleboyz, which are new for the Dominion box, I believe. But they're just a subfaction of the greenskins.
What is the difference between an orc and an auric?
Intellectual property.
Right.
They
Gotcha.
used to be called orcs, spelled O-R-K-Z, in old Warhammer. But when they switched to Age of Sigmar, they changed around a lot of the more generic names to something that they could say is like their own property.
Okay.
For example, so like.
Gotcha.
What's another example? The Wood Elves are now called the Sylvaneth, for example. What are the lizard men called now? Seraphon.
Yeah.
So yeah, like a lot of the more generic names have been swapped out. Scott Perkins with another super chat says, Null Oil is your best friend. If you're not careful, it will betray you. Love to see you guys back in the studio. Just have my jabs. So that's chill. Well done, Scott.
Good job, Scott.
Good job, everybody.
Heck yeah.
If you're getting your jabs, I'm proud of you.
Extremely.
Papa Wheels.
That's it.
Papa Wheels is proud
Papa
of you.
Wheels. Okay, right.
It's very important that everyone gets their jabs.
Yes,
Don't beat you
indeed.
up unless you physically are medically unable of getting one.
Papa Wheels, no. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm getting my second one at the end of this month, maybe, probably.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, very exciting. Exciting indeed.
Okay, giving him another green foot.
Right.
Oh, I've given him another green foot.
Oh, good for him. For a second. Oh no.
Stuart Badminton says, I'm loving the hobgrots from this set. Wonder if their Dark Master will turn up. Dun dun dun. Yeah, the hobgrots have a nice sort of like, they have like a sort of like tanny yellow flesh colour, which is quite cool. Which I quite like, so I might do as well.
Oh, nice.
Chris Charnley says, get your jabs and make Daddy Wheels proud. Exactly that. There you go. There you go.
Awful.
Right. I think now, whilst I'm waiting for that green to dry, I'm going to bring this back out and I'm going to paint the next bit of leather, which is the one that's draped over the mount.
Okay.
Because that'll differentiate between it and the red, which will make it a little bit easier to paint the armor.
Okie dokie.
Whoa, Nevermore's already got both of their jabs. Holy crap.
Oh.
Good job.
Heck yeah.
I think different countries are at different stages right now.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I got my first jab quite early was because I was in Wales and it's, you know, it's going all right over there. It's going fine over here too.
It's just smaller, isn't it, I guess?
Yeah,
Probably
this is
easier.
true. But yeah, that led to the whole, like, okay, like explaining to my new GP, like, hello, I got my first jab in a different country. How? What now?
Oh, it's basically the same country. It's fine.
How dare you?
It's all UK, innit?
Oh, how dare you?
Right.
Outrage.
You sound outraged.
Outrage.
You sound very, very angry. And
I
not
am-
at all like you're just focusing on painting a miniature.
I'm incensed to Wheels. Oh, this one's harder to do.
Just a different shade of brown. A little bit darker.
Oh, yeah, nice.
The Mornfang.
Warm fun.
Mornfang.
Oh, Pink Daisy says Wheels' mic appears to have died? Question mark. Oh, heck.
Let's have a look, shall we?
Let's check it out.
Well, it's fine here.
Okay.
I'll check it on the camera. It was slightly lower battery, I guess. On the
Oh, okay. Well, we will sort that out right now, folks.
Oh,
Oh?
it is off.
Oh. Can confirm it is off.
Yeah, wow, the battery's run out. Okay. That's
Okay,
fine.
cool.
I'll sort that, don't worry.
Okay, wonderful. Right. So, Miss will be right back. For now, it's me. Hi. Stop laughing at me. Oh, you can't see. Oh, hang on. Oh, can you see him? Yeah, a little bit. So I'm doing his little shoulder plate thing. You can kind of see it, as well as the blue little skirt, whatever. And
Guess
then
who's back with a brand new wrap?
Oh, wow.
It's Wheels.
Oh, hey there, Wheels.
Forget about the brand new wrap bit.
All right, fine. I will never forget. No pressure, Liv. Tell us a joke.
Yeah, tell us a joke, Liv.
Oh.
All pressure, Liv. Tell us a joke.
Stuart, no.
We need Loli's joke of the week.
We do. That would be great.
Well, need is a strong word. It's probably about time for Loli's joke of the week.
And now it's time for... I You know, when you just like, I guess I haven't been told any memorable jokes. Or maybe I just don't remember them.
That's like the nightmare when you're a comedian, isn't it? When people are just like, "Oh, you're a comedian, are you? Tell us a joke."
Yeah.
It's like, well, it doesn't really work like that.
Yeah, it's like, I do more kind of situational comedy. Tell me about a situation you've been in recently.
Listen, I talk to my agent, but
Gosh, yeah, I don't know how comedians do it. I would shrivel up and cease to exist.
oh, we have a super chat from Bowie, aka Deep Toot, who says, "Liv, you are a glowing goddess, and it's always great to see you. Hello, Wheels. I hope you're doing well, Dad."
Bowie, you can't just say something like that. Thank you so much.
We're having a great time. Thank you very much for your super chat.
Yeah, thank you. Oh.
We are currently on a table which is covered in makeup that Zoe's spilt everywhere. So look out for that video on EG, I'm guessing.
Like, so I finally got to bear witness to like the IRL transformation that Zoe goes through when she does her makeup stuff. It's very impressive.
It is pretty exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. My makeup is fairly basic. That's the most painting I do, I guess, on my own face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is the thing, like, I mean, the pile's already pretty high, but if you need another argument of why the whole keep women out of wargaming is bollocks, it's like, man, they've been painting enough since before you were.
It's true, yeah. Like, gosh, how long have I been doing my makeup? Like 10 years professionally? No, 10 years. Yeah, wild.
Pretty much anyone who does makeup, really.
Yeah. It's all transferable skills.
I'm going to be more skilled than you, fam.
WARHAMMER? No, that doesn't work. Thank you.
Oh, God.
Bowie then says, "Makeup mom strikes again."
Makeup mom.
Makeup mom. I always feel I can never do mom right.
Yeah.
I always just.
There's no way to say it in a like UK accent that sounds actually like plausible.
Yeah.
It's mum. It's mum. It'll always be mum.
But then I get really caught off guard. Like I feel like maybe more in recent years, like a lot of like British idioms and stuff have gone over to America. Like I don't know, I just see people using mum way more often. Like in America, I'm like, oh.
We have a question from Aldater, and I don't know how much Warhammer content you consume, Liv, but they ask, what is your favourite Sigmar or 40k presentation in a different media, either books, shorts, or video games? I think for 40k it's probably Dawn of War, the original, and I mean honestly for Warhammer it's Total War because that is pretty much the definitive version as far as video games go. But I also love like Vermintide. I'm looking forward to the 40k Vermintide as well.
I've heard of Vermintide. That's something I've heard of. Apparently, it's
Vermintide is Left 4 Dead but Skaven.
cool. Left 4 Skaven.
I don't really read the Black Library books, but I don't really read books.
I've gotten through like 90 pages of a book recently.
Oh wow,
I'm
Jesus!
Really excited about it.
You also have ADHD, right? Because that's genuinely impressive.
Right?
Yeah.
I had to go to the beach and like have nothing else around me.
Yeah.
And that was the only way I could do it.
The only time I've read a substantial bit of a book is when I was on a train, for example.
Yeah. Because like you're just kind of like, well, I could be playing a really bad mobile game. Like,
Yeah,
why
exactly.
would
Literally anything.
anything but the.
Anything but having to concentrate.
Yes. But my answer to that question is just that, yeah, I haven't really consumed much Warhammer like at all. Like it's
Pretty new
wild.
to the world.
Yeah, it's wild how little I have. But like literally, I've said to you, Wheels, that there was a Warhammer store where I grew up in Cardiff, and yeah, I just always like longingly gazed into it, just kind of like, oh.
I feel like you should do like a sort of Pretty Woman style.
Yeah. Yes.
And be like, teach me how to play Warhammer, and I mean, they obviously won't. But if they're like, girls to play Warhammer, you just made a big mistake.
Sweet.
Huge.
I take out the Dominion box, which I've been hiding this whole time.
What would be the plan for that exactly? Were you
I don't know.
gonna play it with them or just show it to them?
I don't know. Maybe I open the box up and I go to put my hand in and somebody slams the box. It slams in my hand. I'm like, ah! That's all I know. Pretty Woman.
Cunningham says, do you listen to audiobooks? Not really, to be honest. I've tried, but again, like.
Still concentration in it.
Yeah, the problem with like listening to words, it's the same with podcasts for me, is that like you need to not be doing anything else that's to do with words, and like most things are. So like, for example, like if I'm watching TV, I can usually like if I'm feeling like if my brain is feeling hyperactive, I can like browse Twitter or something like that. But even then, I'll start missing things. But when it comes to podcasts, like literally, like if I'm not listening, then I don't know what's going on, or audiobooks. So I'm kind of screwed on that point.
Yeah, it's the best time for me to consume podcasts, which is what I do pretty often, is like when I'm about to go to sleep, because like it's just I'll usually fall asleep to it, but for a little bit at least, I'm taking in the information.
I think if I'm playing like a sort of like if I'm playing a survival game, I'm usually all right. Like if I've been playing Subnautica Below Zero recently.
Oh, cool.
And I've been listening to like the Bit Bam and stuff like that whilst I do it.
Nice.
So that's been fine. But yeah, there are just sometimes where I just can't.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I find that car journeys are good as well.
Yeah, car journeys. Yeah, I used to have to do an hour and a half commute up and down to work when I was at CA. I was living. I was living in, I think it was only 5 days a week. So every weekend I would go up and down 3 hours round trip. It's horrible.
That does sound wild.
Yeah.
Like, I used to go like back and forth to Bristol fairly often from Cardiff, which was like an hour, each way. And that for me was like, oh gosh. But like, I spoke to like an American friend who was just like, oh yeah, I drive up like 3 hours each way to like this thing, and it's just like it's nothing to them.
Well, because like you wanna go see your next door neighbor, you have to walk for about 30 minutes, and everything's so big, it's ridiculous.
Real big.
They have like states in America are like countries, like it's absurd.
How do you do it? I don't know.
Right, I need to figure out what colour I'm going to go for the flesh of this like beast that he's riding, because it's kind of like a purpley colour.
Okay.
On the official model.
Interesting. Okay.
Can you have a look at some of the other colours we got here?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to take this top one or just that one? Cool.
This one here.
Okay.
Oh, we've got an aggro surf dude in here, which is very handy.
Oh, right.
'Cause my one's a bit messy. We've got a Death Guard green, which is like a real gross colour.
Yeah, a little bit.
Which I might use for like a bit of their skin or something. Got yellow. I don't think it wants to be yellow though.
Probably be like a
We've got
dark.
Mephiston red as well, which is handy though.
He might just be like an ashy dark colour. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I think I might base him with Rakar Flesh for now, which is a kind of cream colour, and then I'll go from there, and I'll start shading him or something.
Cool. Sounds good.
Got to shake your paints when they've been sat around for a bit because they get separated.
Shake your paints. This is starting to get a bit gunky.
Oh my god. George McKay says, no joke, the state of California is the world's 5th largest economy.
Oh. It's wild. Like, I've never been to America, but I imagine it would immediately overwhelm me.
Oh yeah, no, I've been a couple of times. I'm not super into going to America, I'll be perfectly honest. It's not my vibe.
Yeah.
Like
it's something I'd like to do because, I just for the sake of living and going to places and just exploring.
Oh, you will be going to America, don't worry. As soon as
as
the lockdown lifts, we've got quite a few events in America we go to. That's
Wonderful.
the only reason I've gone to America is because we've got events. But yeah, it's just like, you go to the airport and people are just like walking around with assault rifles and it's like, yeah.
Oh, that happened. So
It's not a good vibe.
no. Oh gosh. So one time, it was me and my friend went to Disneyland, like in Paris. It was like during that stint, where France was really like on it with security because a few things had happened. And me and my friend went there, and in the airport there was just people with guns, and people were like,
Yeah, I don't know if Americans realise how big a deal that is for us. Because like our police officers do not hold guns.
No.
Sorry, when I say people are walking around with assault rifles, I mean like the airport security and stuff. And
Yeah.
But yeah, like it really freaks me out. It's like, okay, that thing can kill me.
Yeah, it's wild. It's like, wow. Ooh.
Like that has to be a pretty big deal before you start seeing like SWAT teams with guns walking around in the UK.
Yeah. That was a wild trip as well because we went there and then like my mum was like already worried, and then so there was like some kind of scare on that day, on the day we went in Disneyland. There was a scare.
In Disneyland?
In Disneyland,
Oh,
there was a scare. And so I was like, oh no. And I like text my mum like, hi, I'm fine. And she was like, oh, good. And then she rang me a few hours later like, what happened? What was that? What? No.
Okay, why are you calling me, Liv? Oh, no reason.
Oh, it's all good, I'm just fine.
Super chat from Lionel who says, Americans walking? Folks in New York City, maybe. Everywhere else, pretty much, we drive. That is how we maintain our rather substantial fundamentals. Yeah, this is the other thing. It's like America is just car land, isn't it? Like there are
Car land.
Like, for example, Brighton's become quite pedestrianised recently. I think that's why I got on with Seattle a bit more. Seattle feels a bit more metropolitan. A little bit more like a sort of European city.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you how much I hate going to LA. And I'm very sorry if there's anyone here who lives in LA and also doesn't think it's crap, but that entire city is a car park. It is awful. It is the most horrendous place I've ever been.
Well, Wheels, you know what they say. They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Yeah.
Yeah, paradise. Put up a parking lot. Banger.
Yeah. Very much so.
Don't it always seem to go? You should have done that, Liz. You
So
shouldn't
I'm sorry.
have done that.
I'm sorry. As a distraction, Stuart Badminton says LA is the worst place on earth.
It
In all
is.
caps.
It is
Wow.
awful. It is absolutely awful. Like a pro says, it was lovely to have you here, Wheels. Oh, thanks very much. Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back to Seattle, I'm sure. For anyone who doesn't know,
We'll be back.
Dicebreaker is part of Repop, who are the people who run the PAX shows. So we tend to go to PAX. We've been to PAX West, been to PAX Unplugged. I think we also went to PAX East, which is in Boston. So we've been to a few. So I'm sure we will be back in the US.
Very exciting. I just really want to travel at some point.
Yeah,
It would be
imagine leaving
lovely.
the country. That would be.
Yeah. That would be very nice. We shall see.
Chris Shanley said, "You think that Wheels would feel quite home around cars?"
Gosh darn it. I was going to be like, how did you get the nickname Wheels? But it's pretty obvious.
It's just my surname. Sure.
Yeah. Makes sense. Oh my god, it's Liv.
Like I can drive, but I wouldn't say I'm associated with cars in any way.
For a vague stint in my youth, I tried to get people to call me V.
V.
Yeah, because it's Olivia. V.
Ooh.
I was young.
Yeah. When I was in high school, I tried to get people to call me Mix. That's why all my usernames are Mix Whelan. Because it's gotten to the point where like you can't just be like, okay, my username is Wheels, because they're obviously like, well, obviously someone's got that already. So now I'm just like, I'm kind of stuck with Mix Whelan.
Yeah.
Which isn't great.
I did wonder where it came from. Interesting.
Which again, it's just Michael shortened.
Yeah. Gotcha. That much I can pick up. Okay, I think I'm going way outside the lines on the flag.
That's fine.
Okay.
You can always clean up.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is why we
I
do nice
hope
thin
to.
paint, because then you're not building up too much if you do another coat.
Okay, that's fine then. Oh god, I have to go past this giant weird crown. Why's he got a crown?
As soon as you said W, I was like, oh god, I have to go past this giant wiener. And I was like, what? But I'd already reacted to the comment before it had even been said,
Right.
and it was not what you said.
Right, okay, cool. I see. Goodness me. I mean, I've already spoken about his butt.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Next up, wieners.
Yeah.
Next up,
Wieners.
a light now for wieners.
Oh, wow. Iron Scar says he would tell you, but it's a really long story. This is very good.
Oh god. Lurley says he can tell me who knew me from school, from secondary school, sorry, because I went through a phase where I wanted everyone to call me Ali.
Aww. Aw. Ali's cute though. Love that. We can call you Ali if you want.
Grim goes by Ali now,
Oh?
as in Grim Severs.
Oh, cool. I did not know that. I just always call them Grim.
Yeah, too. Me too. Yeah, me too, to be honest, but whenever I'm calling her by her name, I'll call her Ali.
Gotcha.
Which I think she prefers. Right, I'm giving this guy like a cream butt. Look.
Yeah,
Creamy
aw.
butt. Nice creamy butt.
That's quite cute though.
Ooh. Love that soft, slow focus as it just starts to focus in. Yeah, you can see that we're starting to take shape on here. I think that he's a big block of red, this big Nash too, so as soon as he's started coloured in, you'll start to see a lot more of the red pop out.
It's all coming together.
It's all part of the plan, Liv.
Time we on, by the way. 3:30. Jeez.
Ooh.
Yeah, that whizzed by.
It
I mean, I'm happy to go a little bit longer because we did end up...
Sure, I'm good too. I've barely done any of my man, like in a non-weird way, but yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
Look.
I don't mean to resume, Liv, but I don't think you do any men,
No,
do you?
no, I don't. I do not. Yeah, so I'm happy to continue. I might stray from the blue. I might.
Oh my goodness. You're going to do a different colour?
I might do it. I
Oh
don't
my
know
goodness.
what.
Let's have a look at what you've done so far.
I got some blue and then
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, this is what I said. This flag will be difficult because it's a lot
Yeah.
of like shallow details which you're
Yeah.
going to have to paint around.
Very shallow indeed.
You want to show off the stuff you've done?
Yeah, sure.
Right, there we
Why
go.
not?
This is how far Liv's gotten so far. How far Liv's gotten so far.
As far as I've gone.
So basically, like, anything that should be blue is mostly blue by now.
Yeah.
Do you want to... I reckon
Uh-huh.
you should start on the null oil. I know I got you very worried about spilling it.
Uh-huh.
But as long as you don't spill it, it'll go fine.
All right. So I'm using shade for that, right?
That's right, yeah.
Shade.
The shade brush.
Okay.
The shade roll.
All right. All right. Ooh.
The only hobby in which you can physically throw shade.
Finally.
Which is a joke we've made about 20 times, I think, on these streams.
It's there, you're going to do it. Now I'm going to be just taking a sip of my non-paint water.
Drink your paint water, Liv.
Yep, that's clean.
That's clean.
So, would you suggest the null or null? Whatever.
Nuln.
Null.
Nuln oil is so named because of a place in the old Warhammer lore, which was a part of the Human Empire, and they used to make a lot of the machinery, so it's oil.
Gotcha. We've got another super chat from
We do.
Spanovsy. Yeah, thank you so much. The lovely, lovely Dicebreaker. Always a good day when I get to see you all. Hope everyone is well. Oh,
You
thank
too,
so much.
Spanovsy. It was
Yeah.
a pleasure to see you in chat.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay. Right, so where would you suggest the null oil going? Just like
Pretty much everywhere, honestly. Yeah.
Everywhere?
So yeah, get it pretty much all over the model. Be nice and liberal with it.
all right.
And then if there's anywhere where it seems to be really thick and it's pooling like a lot,
Yeah.
you can see that, first of all, you can just sort of push it along the model. Yeah, that's it. But you can also just sort of like hold your brush over it and the bristles will just absorb it up,
Oh, gotcha.
which is very handy.
Nice. Oh yeah. Wow. Oh, it's magic. I love
14
it.
says, great, now I'm paranoid it will be knocked over.
Me too, 14. Me too. I'm just keeping it as, out of my.
I would just say, when
Range.
working with Nuln oil or any other of the tool shade bottles, exercise caution.
I am always exercising caution. It
Are you,
just,
Liv?
I am. It just doesn't.
It just doesn't work.
No, it doesn't. Like, because I've been trying to kind of explain. So the way my mind works
Yeah.
is like
Here we go.
Yeah, no. Everyone, this is me. So basically, I will attempt to do things in a really clumsy, silly way until my brain finally twigs like, oh wait, you could do it this way and it would be much easier.
Oh, you can do it the normal way that normal people do.
Yeah,
Got
exactly.
it.
No, but it takes me so much longer to figure it out. Like when I warned, because I was bringing this chair into the studio, and I was like, I warn you, you're going to hear a lot of scuffling around while I.
Try and figure out how to move an object. around.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, like, slight little teaser for Zoe's makeup video, which she was just filming. But like, she was trying to figure out. She gets really messed up with like reflections and like the like. I don't know what lateral positioning. I don't know what you call that.
Yeah.
But I think like some like parts of people's brains just don't work as well. So like I remember when Johnny was playing. God, what's it called? Tuki, I think it's called. One of the first Let's Plays we did. They were really struggling with like assembling blocks in a certain order. Like there are certain like processes that like everyone's brain is differently capable of.
Yeah.
But Zoe was just really struggling trying to figure out what way round the 117 should go.
Oh, but I like fully understand.
Yeah.
Like it's just it takes a while. Sometimes it'll happen like within a few seconds. Other times it will take me months, and I'll be doing the same thing the same way, and then I'll be like, wait a minute, oh, convenience. It's so silly. For example, I was trying to get the chair around that light the way it is now. It wasn't, and then I was like, oh, I can move the light.
I do remember trying to tell someone like a cool tip, and they were like, "You mean you haven't been doing that?" Oh no, that was it.
hack.
It was when we were like, we used to do all of our online recordings of Let's Plays for like RPGs. We would do them like shoving everyone into OBS and just hitting record, and it would all be baked in. Which, if you're not familiar with video, is like very difficult to work with because like all the audio is already mixed like at one level, so you can't edit it, like all that kind of stuff. And it was also really out of sync, and like we couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. And then we realized like we could just all record ourselves and sync it up, which would be so much easier. I remember saying, I think it was to Zoe actually, I was like, oh yeah, we started doing this by the way, it's really useful. And Zoe was just like, have you not been doing that this whole time?
No, shut up.
Yeah.
It's all new. You're welcome for the tip.
OC, do not steal. I'm the first person to ever do this. It's my invention. I'm going to patent it. But yeah, it was very funny.
Fully support you.
Yeah, Lolies remembers. We thought we were so clever, Lolies. Thought we were so clever.
Yeah, no, I started and you guys were like, "Will you do it this way?" And I was like, "Whoa! Oh my goodness!"
Oh well, look, it looked impressive to you.
Yeah.
We impressed at least someone.
Exactly.
I mean, we impressed ourselves when we thought it up, so.
Yeah, no, I'm sure, absolutely. There's a little, what's it called? It's like, those little reeds that look kind of like corn dogs.
Oh yeah, the ones that you can, and they just turn into dust.
Yeah.
Oh god, cattails.
Yeah.
Cattails?
I think so.
Yeah, I've got some here. Look.
Oh, you
Because
do?
we're in a swamp.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
look, they've got little cattails on the miniatures. So once again, I'll take ages to focus, but there you go. Look. Little cattails. I think that's what they're called.
Cattails.
I think I've
Something
seen,
like that,
I've seen Americans call them that online.
America, explain. But yeah, have you seen the videos where they just like explode? Like,
Yes. Yeah, they just turn into like.
Wild.
Yeah, like they're very like unassuming when you look at them, but they pack a punch apparently.
Yeah, like I think I saw a video of like a couple of girls, and one of the, you're not supposed to eat them, don't eat them.
No,
do
yeah.
not. But she put it in her mouth and it just exploded.
Yeah.
It was very funny. Don't do it.
Lolies is claiming that she had the same response where it was like, yeah, obviously. But you're on the same video team as me, Lolies, and you hadn't suggested it, so don't come for me, bro.
Step off, bro.
Why is it looking at me like that? Come get your boy, dog.
Get your boy.
Oh my god. Yeah, New York, they call them cattails, as Taylor.
Ah, cool. Cat Taylor. I'm sorry.
Live.
No, sorry, I'm looking at what Lily said. No, I thought you were talking about pressing Alt to edit.
No, that was Ian taught us that. We didn't realise that you don't have to manually like type in the percentages for cropping for what's it called, OBS, when you're like cropping images. You can just hold Alt, and when you resize it, it crops it instead of resizes it. And that like blew mine and Johnny's minds. And then Loli's just like, yeah, I do that all the time.
You should be listening to Loli's more.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Listen, one of my guiding principles since becoming head of video has been let Loli's have more ideas, because Loli's got great ideas.
Loli's does have great ideas, yeah. That's true. I mean, you're doing a great job as head of video.
Thank you.
Yeah. I've been here a month.
You are not legally permitted to say that. Not
Okay.
permitted, sorry. You're not legally obliged to say that, is what I mean.
No, yeah. Okay. I was like, is there a rule I don't know about? But yeah, no, I know. Oh, is that a lion face on here? Oh,
Little lion face, yeah.
a lion face.
Of course they are. They're flipping dorks.
Leave him alone.
I'm so chivalrous.
My poor boys.
I love Sigmar. Oh, Sigmar, please notice me. Please.
Stop. This is out here doing the best. Sigmar is depicted on this little flag, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Why does he look like Cthulhu?
I think that's maybe beard.
Right, okay. Sure.
I don't know, he's boring, I don't care.
You leave him alone.
He really is, though. Honestly, you should have heard Johnny go off on a rant on Sigmar when he was still here, when they were still here. Sorry, they would be livid to hear that we've got a Sigmar supporter on the team.
I'm not even. It's just funny to me. Cause
Yeah, I know. You've only said, "Oh no, this is the team for me," because you know that I hate them.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. In DMs today, you said something like, "Oh, God forbid, blah blah blah," and I said, "I think you mean Sigmar forbid."
Yeah, Sigmar forbid, actually.
And yes, no, I do just do it for the laugh. I'll be honest with you.
That is the Dicebreaker way, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's settling in.
I am prepared to be annoying. Whatever you need.
Need someone to piss Wills off? I'm your gal.
Here you
Just
go.
hit me up.
Hi. Ready and waiting.
Andy says, "Notice me, Sigmar. Siggy for shorts." What, Siggy? Yeah, no, of course, Sigmar. Yeah. We're getting the old souls you promised us earlier. There's just one problem. We got a bit of a rat infestation, and I'm not talking normal rats, if you know what I mean, Siggy. Hey, bit of a problem, if you don't mind me saying so. Yeah. So quite a few people have died. Yeah.
Trying to think of Sigmar's response, but it would probably just be like, "Get smoked."
What's any Stormcast bloke name? I can't think of any of them.
Well, you got Vexilor.
Hennemore! I want to do that with it, basically.
Yeah. Oh, this looks really nice on the flag.
The wash, yeah, that'll bring out some of the details.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very cool, very cool.
Trying to get right under his chin now. Under his chinny,
Oh, give him them scritches.
Scritches. He's a good boy. He's a great Nash tooth.
Yeah. Han Solo Chewbacca says, "Doing it for the lols, patented by DB."
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
For the bants.
For the mans, for the laughs, for the joy of it all. That's it. No, that's not it. For the joy.
What I love about you, Liv, is you'll just keep saying things until something works.
I do. It's like, when you just throw things at the wall to see what sticks, but just verbally say it. And
Liv does that out loud.
Yeah. Very much
Some more cowardly video producers will do that in their heads.
How am I supposed to workshop it if I'm saying it just in my head? It's ridiculous.
It's kind of how Boris Johnson is leading the government at the moment.
Don't you dare compare me to...
He'll just do an opinion poll, and then whatever people vote for, he's like, yeah, that was my idea.
Except the opinion poll is me responding to me.
Yeah, you responding to your own ideas, like, yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, say that one. And we're all just waiting for 10 minutes, like, are you Liv? Are you right?
Genuinely. That's why... I prefer writing than speaking, because then I can just kind of run through the ideas for a little bit and delete things when I need to. It's great, but when I'm speaking, I can't.
It always cracks me off of whenever there's something that we're talking about in the DB chat. Every now and again, you'll see Matt Jarvis is typing for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because Matt is very like very like conscious of what he says, and is a very very kind and considerate man.
Absolutely.
Which means he doesn't want to be taken the wrong way, so he'll just type out the same message over and over again. Bless him.
No, I figured that out recently because I think I was in the office and I was with Mian, and I was like, Mian, does Matt normally take this long to reply? And she was like, yeah.
That's fine.
I was like, oh, okay, as long as it's all okay.
Oh God, I've spent most of this stream just painting this boy now. Putting this creamy colour on, which I'm not even sure if I want to use, but here we are.
Well, it's done now, isn't it?
God, I could give him like black tiger lines down there though, and make him look like. No, what colour is? What colour is He-Man's battle cat?
Oh,
I can't remember his name now. Is it Battle Cat? I think it might be Battle Cat.
it looks perhaps like that. Yep.
Yep. I know he's green. Oh, he has got red armour though.
Oh.
He's green and yellow stripes.
He's a
I can't do him in green.
Calippo
because-
that we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do him in green because he'll look too much like the Gobbo. But I might give him zebra stripes. Something that would be quite fun.
I think he'd like that.
I think. Oh, he'd love that.
Yeah,
wouldn't he?
we were so
He's
happy
such a
about
good boy.
it.
Such a good boy. Right. Okay.
Nevermore says, I can't write to save my life. Can't really speak either, but I've never let that stop me. They're literally saying, look, Nevermore, if you just, if you keep going, sometimes something good comes out. Sometimes.
Info says it was a great Mew impression, Liv. I don't know if I agree. But I don't remember how it sounded, to be honest.
No, I don't either. I'm Mian. That's not... No one tell her.
You know it's recorded, right?
No one tell her.
Hi, Mian. Just wanted to make you aware of something that happened on the stream earlier today.
Oh dear God, no! It's like, no, that was wheels. I mean, like, yeah, my mouth didn't move if you look. And
It's ventriloquism.
I'm fine.
Oh my God.
Rasmus has just written, "I'm Mian with a kiss."
Quote of the stream.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, ladies?
Oh no. Everyone is telling me it's recorded. I know it's recorded, guys. I know. But I'm trusting you to keep this a secret, okay? This is between all of us.
Yeah. All of us and the internet.
Yeah.
So as long as the internet doesn't tell me, then we're fine.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think Mian has regular contact with the internet. So it should be okay.
I beg to differ. I think the entirety of the Dicebreaker team are very online, in full quotation marks.
Heck. Kungun says, all 124 of us. Yes, it will be fine. Just between us.
It's a perfectly easy number of people to not let slip information from.
Okay.
I think that'll be absolutely fine, Lou. I don't think you've got anything to worry about.
Oh, also Rasmus says, oh, the kiss was me trying to type XD to make the laughy face. Gotcha.
We're trying to come on to us, Rasmus. Okay, get the pad of his foot. Oh, this guy needs a horseshoe specialist to come and see him.
Oh.
Got right. Right, clump some mud in him.
Oh. Buddy, no.
These goblins are not looking after their mounts.
No. Goodness me. You know who does look
Don't
after them?
even think about it. Don't you dare.
Stormcast. Look after them.
Don't even talk to me about those griffins.
Oh, I've barely gotten to use the Griffhound. Keep killing them off.
Oh, the lords?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know what he does.
Yeah, because you keep killing them.
Is it just another attack?
Oh, the Griffhound, yeah, it has a bite. He does a munch.
Munch and crunch.
Yeah. Delicious. Maybe someday we'll find out more.
Maybe someday I'll be able to beat that stupid Indrasna model. Pour everything I've got into
Yeah,
it.
just like a big pile-on, huge pile-on. Iron Scar says, I missed it. What secret did I miss? Nothing, Iron Scar. Don't worry about it.
What secret? There is no secret.
No secret, Iron Scar. Don't worry about it.
Nothing happened, Iron Scar.
No, nothing.
Hey, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Stop it.
Say no more.
Okay. This is one shady model now.
One shady lady.
One shady guy.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, it is wild. Like I'm part of because I really like to draw and I really like art and stuff, but trying to get my head around shading and highlights and this, that, and the other is just it's too much.
Right, that took bloody
This is great.
ages. And he's probably still got bits of red on him, but
Yeah.
there he is.
Oh,
He's
it's
got some-
great.
We have a white puppy.
Aw,
He is riding a white puppy.
yeah. Oh, I can't attack a huge puppy.
Yeah, he is just a big puppy.
Yeah, what am I gonna do
Ignore
now?
the fangs, he's just a big puppy. Rasmus says, me and Liv made fun of you.
Rasmus, no.
Laura Dealey says, we all pinky promise not to tell, and that is something that no one can ever break. Pinky promise is legitimately the most serious thing I can ever do to someone. If I'm like, no, I pinky promise, then they know I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, he means this. He means it. Just remember, snitches get stitches, there's never more. Right. I don't condone violence on this stream. What are you talking about?
Terrible.
But you're right. So, here we go.
Ah.
I am going to wash the goblin skin. And then I need to
They're
think
very
about-
dirty.
Yeah, he needs a nice clean. Well, right now he's too clean, actually. He needs dirtying up.
Oh.
Because he's an orc.
Orc.
He's an horrible orc.
Orc.
Orc?
Orc. Sorry, I just sound like that one guy from Hot Fuzz.
Orc.
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 You sound more like a frog, if I'm honest.
I know, I'm delighted to hear that. Thank you.
That's exactly what I was after.
I just didn't deign to, think that I would have achieved it. But thank you so much. Ooh. It's one shady lion.
I mean, all of these guys actually need a nice little pedicure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they should treat themselves every once in a while.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. Okay, so I think the shade is pretty good. Oh wait, actually, I've missed some of the skirt. It's not a skirt, but I'm just gonna call it a skirt.
It's basically a skirt.
Yeah, right.
It's only not a skirt if you're a
Coward.
yeah. You're a straight man. basically.
Right.
There you go. You can tell I do not do much green on my models because this wash bottle is essentially brand new.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a while.
Yeah. So if I were to start doing mini painting in my spare time, where would you suggest I start? Like, what do you suggest I buy? What models should I work on?
I bought this little Vallejo set for about 20 quid or so, and
Yeah.
you get like a nice range of colours in there. There's like a nice range of like base colours for most things. So like I've got a green, a red, an orange, a yellow, a blue. Like there's most of the things that you need in there. There's a couple of metals. You've got some whites and greys and blacks, and you've got a few browns to play with. So like that's a good place to start, I think.
Okay, cool.
But in general, like, obviously because Games Workshop have their own paints line, like if you want to follow the exact style that they do things in, like you are now,
Yeah. I won't always, but
yeah, then you can get starters. Like, I mean, look, these are starter sets here as well, right? Oh God, that's stressing me out just looking at it. I pointed and I was like, no, I don't like that. Don't like that. But yeah, in general, like Nuln Oil is a very good wash. Like, I would definitely get a bottle of that because it's very good. I mean, to be honest, you can probably take that one home with you if you want. But like, I've got like a dreg of Nuln Oil left. But yeah, like the thing is, like the Citadel paints, they're not that great. Like, they're not.
It's not like a cut above the rest, or
Yeah.
for the once again the label, the
Yeah,
brand.
exactly. It's just kind of like the one that most people assume it's the one that's made by the official product line.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're more than welcome to use any other kind of paint you want, really. Reet. Yeah, Chris Charlie says, leaving null oil open, heresy detected. Wheels, does the poppy have visible eyes in the original paint style? What? What does that mean? The poppy?
Please expand.
Do you mean the puppy?
He does have very tiny visible eyes. If it'll focus. Yeah, I don't know if you can make them out, but he has got tiny little eyes that you might be able to see. But that's where he's at right now. As I said, it's mainly just base paints right now. But he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, so fancy boy. I might delve back into the blue, I think. Going back in.
Okay. Might have to put some null oil on this armour actually, because it's not. Or maybe it needs some dry brushing, to be honest. For the end of the stream, I might just show you how dry brushing works, Liv.
Oh shit. That would be good. Can't believe we're at the end of the stream already.
Well, we're if we're gonna, should we stay on for another 15 because we were 15 minutes late?
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I think that's plenty of time to show you how it works.
Wonderful.
Rob Daville says Citadel have some great paints, some awful paints, and a lot of very average paints. I think it's down to personal preference as well. A lot of the time, it's like how thin you like your paints, how many different shades you want. Like there might be a colour that Warhammer don't do great, but Vallejo might do, or something like that. It's all based on personal preference. Some paints are just objectively better, I'm sure, but I don't know enough about paint to know which one's which.
Yeah.
So we're gonna use a bit of Mephiston Red, which needs a good old shake.
That's
all the pigment has come out.
yeah, it's a thick.
Yeah, it's gone blue, which is not what you want from red.
No, I don't think so. Unless you're me, I guess.
Have you seen that guy on TikTok who desperately tries to figure out what paint is going to come out based on the amount of each pigment they put in?
Oh.
And then they shake the can. He's like, "Oh God, I think it's going to be like a taupe. Oh jeez. Oh God. Oh yeah, I've done it. It's so good."
I think so.
I love that guy. He's great. Okay, there we go. That's a nice,
Ooh,
bright
that's
lipstick
thick.
red.
Yeah. Now that's a vial of blood. Sorry, I keep talking about vials of blood.
She loves blood.
I don't.
I don't know what to tell you guys.
You guys, she's
blood.
really weird. Have you heard?
All right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get an absolutely minuscule amount of this paint just to get an idea of the shade. Just sort of put it under the... Yeah, that is brighter. But I want more of like a whitey pinky colour to highlight with. So.
Oh, so you are literally highlighting with a dry brush.
Yeah, so I'm going to wash this. I need to wash it very well because red will ruin any other paint it touches, as will blue. And I'm going to get some white and mix it together.
Great. Ah, making your own pinks.
Felix Ross says, "Miles of blood." I love that the studio painting streams are just as flipping weird as I remember. There is like, it feels so much more natural being on a painting stream in person than it does online. I do remember like there were some painting streams where literally like I was just sort of like, I don't know what to talk about.
Yeah.
Nothing is happening right now. I'm online, so it's a little bit awkward and weird.
Yeah. So like, how are you guys doing? Oh, that's a nice crack. That's a nice...
But yeah, like being in the office is just so much easier.
I'm enjoying it. It's pretty nice. I haven't done an at-home painting stream before, so nothing to compare it to. But I think this is quite nice. Yeah. Kungan says 50 Shades of Blood with Liv. No, I'm sorry. I don't want this to be my legacy.
Oh, it will be. It will be.
No.
14 says they're going 15 minutes long. Do I stay and miss the start of Johnny's stream, or do I go? I mean, you obviously stay.
But Johnny.
I mean, we love Johnny, but he's not Dicebreaker, is he? Let's be honest. Let's be honest here, lads. He's not Dicebreaker, is he?
They.
Oh, God. My God. Sorry. Jesus.
Yeah, no.
I've had to
mean,
kick myself about 8 times. I don't mean to. I'm sure.
No,
I'm
no,
sure
I know.
everyone knows that. But yeah,
everyone
I don't mean
knows. Like whenever I'm never sure whether to correct someone because I'm like I know they know. It's just like it's.
Yeah, I know. It's because I'm not consciously talking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the pathway that is already written in my brain.
Exactly.
So like, as soon as I hear myself, I'm like, oh, why
Wait a
am I
minute.
saying
Wait a
he?
minute.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it's
incorrect.
very annoying. Right, very bright pink there. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a nice pink.
I don't know if that will pick up.
Show on the camera. Very bright pink that I've got here. Kind of a Dicebreaker pink, actually.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Nice.
So what I'm going to do, Liv, is I'm going to grab my dry brush. I'm going to show you how dry brushing works. So this is a very thick,
Dry brush.
bristly brush. And you can see it's already got loads of paint still sort of like stuck to it.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is we're going to dab the paint like that.
I mean,
Just
heckin'.
to the tip of the bristles. Did you say a naughty
No.
word? Liv? Liv?
It was the dab.
You can see
We're
it's a
falling apart.
nice bit of pink at the end.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Then we're going to grab our kitchen roll. You want nice rough kitchen roll. And you can see that we're just going to work the paint into the bristles. So by the time we finished, if you just do it against your hand, you want barely any to be coming off, you see?
Yeah.
So there's not actually much in the first place, so this should be okay.
This is makeup.
Yeah, 100%. So
Right.
now, as we go, and you'll start to see it more as I do it more and more. As I go against some of the hard edges, you'll see it start to pick up. And I might need to put a little bit more of the brush. No, there you go, look. You see it's just starting to show up?
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. And you start to
yeah.
highlight.
So that's like a very subtle one because the pink is obviously quite close to the red, so you're not gonna see it super bright. I'll just do it on camera so that people can see as well. So I'm just sort of flicking edge of the bristles against the hard edges of the shield. As I do so, it's just going to pick up on the most raised points of the model, basically, which just creates those natural highlights, which is a very easy, cheaty way of adding value to your model. Values,
adding
rather, not
value.
value. We're not selling it. We're talking about light and dark.
It's difficult to pick up on the camera, but I'll do a more extreme colour so that you can see it a little bit better. Pink Luke, God, I forgot about that. We painted some Star Wars models, and Johnny, yeah, they had Luke Skywalker, and they painted him pink, like bright pink in Dicebreaker colours.
That's fantastic.
And he looked like I think Johnny said he looked like he was in Starlight Express. It was a choice.
Yeah.
It was a choice.
I mean, sounds stylized. You love to see it.
Okay, I'm grabbing. Rasmus says, "Wow, Bob Wheels." Bit the devil out of it. Right, I'm gonna grab.
Like I know that's a reference to Bob Ross, but it's so
Bob Wheels.
yeah.
Do you know what the funny thing is? My brother is named Robert, so
Oh.
my brother is Bob Wheels.
Yeah.
You know? Right. I've got a bone white here, which is kind of like an off-white.
Oh. Yeah, it's pretty bony.
Yeah, pretty bony.
Ooh.
Bone-delicious.
Unsettled. Even more unsettled.
So I'm gonna make sure all this pink is out. Otherwise it will just come out pink again. And again, grab some white on the brush. Work it right in. Again, you'll see some pink, but that's fine.
Yeah.
We do not want a red model. See how much is coming off? A little bit too much.
Too much. I could barely see it.
Yeah, but like you want it to barely come onto your skin.
Okay.
See? This is
Okay.
this part literally makeup.
Okay. Yeah.
But now, and like as soon as I do it against the model, it'll be yeah, there you go. Look. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, so you have to make sure that it's all gone out. Otherwise, it'll just come off as if you were actually painting.
Yeah. It's literally like a dusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
So you only want it to go on to the most raised points of the model. There we go. This probably isn't my finest dry brush because this one needs a bit of a clean, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
Looks good to me.
There you go. Look.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely see it now.
See that? Right.
Nice.
Get that on camera. There we go.
So,
Details starting to
Peter
pick up now.
Draconis says, love seeing you playing and painting miniatures, and especially seeing you in the same room again. Thanks for all your content with a love heart.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Peter.
Thanks for always turning up.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, you can see that highlight. Just picking up there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Makes it a little bit more detailed, a little bit more interesting to look at, you know.
Bring us another adds another dimension. To
Exactly,
it.
yeah. Liv, are you all right? Do I need to call an ambulance?
No, it's okay. No, it's fine. Yeah, let's hear that regularly. It's fine.
Sick.
Yeah. I'm sure my housemates are just like, oh, is she all right?
There's Liv.
Oh, there she goes. I started playing Sea of Thieves for the first time. I've never played it before. It's very fun, but I'm afraid of the ocean.
Ah, yes.
So
my ex was afraid of the ocean.
it's terrifying. There's so much of it.
Have you played Subnautica?
No, I don't know if I want to.
That is much, much worse.
Oh no.
I think it's called is it Thalassophobia?
Yes.
Yeah, it will mess you up if you have Thalassophobia. Hatchinoff says, would you say this is the highlight of the stream? No, I'll tell you what the highlight of the stream is, Hatchinoff. I'm going to put some zebra stripes on this goddamn
Yeah!
map. It might look dumb, but I'm going to give it a go.
Oh no, this is for you. This is for...
Nobody can tell me what I love.
Yeah, exactly.
Thalassophobia is a good word. It surprisingly rolls off the tongue for such a complicated word.
Something that I've gotten obsessed with in the last few months is submechanophobia, which is a fear of underwater animatronics.
That is specific.
It's really specific, but it's real. Like, I was like, oh, this is so silly. And then I watch it and I was like, well, I do feel weirdly
I am
uncomfortable.
terrified,
Yeah. It's not even like terrified, it's just I'm very uncomfortable right now.
When you say, like, you watched it, like, what underwater mechanicals were you watching?
So they do lists of them
Yeah.
sometimes, and like they'll be like, oh, Jaws from Universal Studios, which I think is shut down now.
Okay.
But like, yeah, it's just Jaws jumping up and he's just like rah rah rah, and then he's in the water, and you're like, oh no.
Is this like...
Are you there?
Is this like with trypophobia, where it's like, it's not really real, but
Yeah,
the
well-
internet have convinced themselves they're all scared of it?
I don't know, maybe.
Because I am now trypophobic just because of some of... But what it actually is just gross things that are on the internet, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's not even gross. It's just kind of. Oh, I did show like a video to my parents before, and it was like, oh, look at this like Disney animatronic. It's just a really goofy dragon underwater, and they showed that, and they were like, "You're afraid of that?" I was like, "No, you guys, this is weird."
No, trust me, it's terrible.
No.
Yeah, Mamdu is like, submarines? It's like, nope, that might make some sense, I guess.
Have you seen in Disneyland Paris, maybe in other Disneylands, I don't know, they have the underwater like Captain Nemo thing.
Do you just mean that you find animatronics uncomfortable? Because, like,
No.
everybody else in the world does too.
No, it's underwater. So there's like a no, listen to me.
So, like, Five Nights at Freddy's, yeah, whatevs, but if it was at
They were
SeaWorld...
underwater. That'd be real. But it's basically because it's like, that's not meant to be there.
That's not meant to be there.
No, it's not.
Oh, Liv.
It's a big octopus.
I mean, an octopus is supposed to be underwater.
No, I know. Oh, okay. I'm gonna stop talking about
Sorry.
submechanophobia.
I'm struggling to understand.
I'll send you a link.
I'm doing my best.
You're doing great. This is well spooky. Lionel L says extremely specific. Yes, it is extremely specific. Look, catch me taking over the Dicebreaker social channels to be like, hey guys, this is a link to submechanophobia. I wonder who did that. Oh, I'm out of blue. Oh no. What am I going to do now?
Strap your ass.
Oh yes, look. Oh, that's really nice.
Got some stripes on his butt.
Yeah. Just want to strike the butt.
Wait for it.
Oh.
There it is. Stripy butt. I guess I should do it on his legs. Is that all right? I need to look at. I need a reference. I'm not just colouring in the lines anymore. I need a reference.
Yeah, you've gone off script, kind of.
Snow tiger. Is that what I'm looking for? White tiger. Yeah.
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Blue Eyes White Dragon, yeah, that's one painting.
Yeah. Okay. Blub, 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 blub. Right, that should do me for now. Okay.
Every now and again, I'm like, oh, I need loads of paint on here. I'm just going to get a big dollop. And then I'm like, no, that's a stupid idea, actually. And then put the paint back.
I'm learning that, yeah, the less is more.
Start small.
Yeah. I'm getting there. And I've not learned my lesson, literally. Hang on. There we go. There we go. I think, so there's like one bit of like, yeah, there's one bit of this paintbrush that's just sticking up.
Yeah, unfortunately, that tends to be a thing that they do. It's very annoying.
Yeah. Sorry, we'll get there. Kungan says, are you playing Sea of Thieves for Pirates of the Caribbean? I actually wasn't aware that that was going to be an expansion thing that they were doing, Kungan, but I am excited about it. Yeah.
It has a very questionable Johnny Depp impression.
Yeah. Yeah.
I watched the trailer, I was like, oh, that doesn't sound right.
You mean it wasn't the Johnny Depp?
No, funnily enough.
What? But yeah, it's just, I've always wanted to play it, I've just never had the chance.
Wait, it's not Johnny Depp? Oh, that's why it sounds nothing like Johnny Depp. I thought he was just having an off day.
Yeah, I thought he was just putting a new spin on the character. Like.
Yeah, I do feel for voice actors who basically like are just hired to try and do an impression of a famous person.
Yeah.
It's like in, didn't they have Toy Story in the newest Kingdom Hearts, and they had like Tom Hanks' brother or something?
Oh no. Oh. Maybe his son or something. I don't know. I've seen Tom Hanks' son in like one thing, and it was the House Bunny, which is, I'm sure, everyone's favourite early 2000s teen comedy.
Love the House Bunny. Unfortunately, I think I've seen parts of that film.
Look, I'm not saying that I watched every single thing Emma Stone was in when I was younger.
Emma Stone is great.
She's fantastic, so I'll take it.
Oh my god, I'm making this Nash tube basically into Toto, I've just realised.
Aww!
It basically looks
Does
like
that
Toto.
mean that you're the killer boss?
I am the killer boss.
Oh, that's nice.
I am the killer boss.
Oh god.
Right. We've got 2 minutes left.
2? I'm not going to finish my flag by then.
Hurry up then, innit?
Oh! That is what it is. I won't finish the Cthulhu flag. I mean the Sigmar flag.
There are deep elves who are kind of like underwater elves.
Oh god.
Yeah. They ride eels.
Ooh, well that's quite fun.
That's about as close as it gets to Cthulhu, I'm afraid.
What
Although,
about
like...
The Little Mermaid.
Oh god, when they teased it. Like, I don't know if I've ever told you this, Liv. I think elves are the worst fantasy race there is.
Of course you do.
Oh, they're just fantasy Tories. I don't know why people like them. So, like, especially in Warhammer, because, like, the high elves are, like, literally, like, they're like, basically Britain in the old world. Like, they have their own little island off of the continent, and they don't let anyone in, and it's like, it's such a, like, xenophobic, like, I hate them, they're awful. But they, like, Warhammer teased, there was a faction called, like, Deep Ones or something coming, and I was like, oh, sick, are we going to get, like, a sort of Murloc-style, like, underwater creatures faction? That'd be amazing. And it's just elves, but underwater, and I was like, oh my god. We've got light elves, we've got dark elves, we've got tree elves, we've got sea elves. Like, is there anything else you want to put with just humans with pointy ears in?
Sky elves?
You've got sky dwarfs.
Oh, okay, well there
Yeah.
we are. There we are.
Johnny's a big fan of them.
Diversifying.
Sky pirates.
Have you seen the Dimension 20 video where, well,
No.
basically you would enjoy it. It's basically just like taking the mick out of high elves for like a solid chunk of time.
They are the worst, though. It baffles me that people play high elves in anything.
I think my first D&D character was probably a high elf.
I think the only setting where I've seen where like high elves have an accurate depiction is Grant. What's the one that Grant Howitt wrote? Spire, where they're basically like they're dystopian racists. Like, that's pretty much the only setting where I've seen high elves make sense.
Yeah, like, let's be fair. If you were to say which race in D&D would be upsetting to other people, yeah, no, probably the elves.
Just anything, honestly. Like, they just don't get along well with others, you know.
They prefer to play alone.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Stripey butt.
Striped butt.
Stripey butt.
Those are some good stripes.
I think this one I've screwed up a little bit. They're a bit too connected and straight, but I think for the most part, he's looking like a pretty good stripey butt boy.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Like, who is that? That just could just be like
Who
a
is
tiger.
she?
Who is she?
Yeah, look, stripey butt boy.
Yeah.
He does have a battle cat vibe to him now, even if it's not the exact colour colour scheme rather.
Yeah.
I think let's put a little bit on his front leg.
Wonderful. Still working on my blues.
He's still painting blue, Liv.
Yeah, I've done the shading though. This
My
flag
goodness.
is real difficult. I've messed it up a bunch as well.
Usually when we have someone painting on their first model, they're just like, okay, cool, now what next? Because they'll just sort of like, they're just like, yeah. Whereas you're just like, well, it's taken me 2.5 hours, but I finished the blue.
I like to do I was going to say a good job, but...
A careful job.
Like, yeah, it's careful for me. Yeah, if I just raced ahead, then it would just be... paint would be everywhere. The null mile would be gone. It would be simply too much. Jenna H. has quoted Fantasy Tories with a laughing face. I do really like Fantasy Tories as a concept.
They just are.
Yeah, I think I took the... I've only taken, like, elven races for, like, the stats. Not much else.
They're just boring. Like, what's exciting about elves? They're just like... They're just really snobby, tall humans who live forever. It's like, yeah, great, fantastic.
Oh, gosh, outrage.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just you've given them too much. They're highfalutin. I mean, half elves, I like. They're all right.
Yeah, Peter Chicana says, how to distinguish Warhammer High Elves from Dark Elves? One is an arrogant, xenophobic, traitorous, murder-happy kinslayer, and the other is the same but in bondage. Which is basically true,
It's
yeah.
very good.
Oh, God.
Can we do like a series just like hot takes? Where it's just like hot takes on elves. Fantasy
Anybody
Tories.
says they don't have to be snobby, but they always are.
There's nothing we can do about it. It's a character trait.
Plus, they're very, like, they tend to have, whenever people write about, like, the elves in their settings, tend to be like, oh, you know, they keep themselves, and, like, they don't let people in. And it's very much just like, we've got ours, so it's like, all right, sick, lads.
Good luck.
Thanks. Nice of you to come along.
We can try to recruit the elves to our cause. No, we can't. They won't do it. Just leave them out.
They just suck ass.
Hot take, elves suck ass.
You're saying that elves suck ass. They do. And I'm tired of pretending they don't.
Can't just say that.
Callan says dwarves for the win.
Dwarves are pretty cool.
Dwarves are fun.
I don't think I've ever played a dwarf.
I think Johnny almost exclusively plays dwarves.
Oh, right. Oh, no!
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, an intruder!
Uh-oh, the bots are back.
The bots! I thought they were only here for Monopoly. Look.
You've been timed out. One win.bet.
Haha.
Been hidden from the channel and timed out.
Good job, Wheels.
Thanks.
Yeah. Take him down.
Tonight. I bear the ban, Hannah. It's a heavy responsibility.
Truly. Nathan Levy says, Wheels, if you want an underwater army in Warhammer, then what about the zombie pirates and the giant crabs?
Now...
Crabs?
Now,
They use as
yeah.
mounts.
So, I don't know how much support they have in Age of Sigmar, but in the original Warhammer, there is a faction called the Vampire Coast, and they are literally zombie pirates.
Sick.
They are like headed up by vampire ship captains, and they have a crew entirely of zombies. They have a cannon called Big Bess, which is like assembled from the hulls of ships, and it's so big. It's like it towers over everything. It's incredible. Vampire Coast are amazing. They're very, very fun.
Good old Bess. It sounds like somebody just went wild and they were like, oh yeah, so zombies on a pirate ship and also there's a vampire there.
Well, it's zombies in Warhammer are raised by necromancers, which tend to be vampires.
Oh,
so it's like if you were playing a standard vampire faction, you would expect to have zombies anyway, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
They just happen to be like pirates.
See what you mean. Okay, so yeah, it needs a bit of summon. Oh wait, I've missed a tiny little bit.
something.
Little something. But it's a start. Anyway.
I'm sure you've done a very good job, Liv.
Oh, thank you.
Apex Penguin says, Painting Stream Hi, good morning, Wheels on Liv. Hello, Apex Penguin, we are about to finish.
Hi, oh. But hi, good morning.
I mean, we could go to 5, I'm having fun.
Yeah, I don't care. Well, it's not that I don't care. But yeah, no, I'm great. Fine and dandy. Okay, so it's kind of.
Oh yeah, that's good. Let me show the stream.
Okay, thank you.
Whoa. That's Liv's blue.
Blue.
It's looking very blue.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's great.
Thank you so much.
Shade looks really nice as well. It's come out a little bit more silvery now with the black shade over it. So you've lost a little bit of the brass colour, but we can always fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks lovely.
Thank you.
Good job.
Ooh, thank you so much. Well proud.
Okay. How you doing, Apex Penguin?
Hi. Thank you, Angel Bait. They say it looks great.
It does look great.
Thank you so much.
This Harry Gray says, haven't said yet, but wanted to say, Liv, you're doing an excellent job and fitted right in. Keep being awesome. Oh my god! How does someone so tall produce such high-pitched squeals?
It's a talent. Thank you, Mr. Harry Gray. I appreciate that very much. When I was younger, because I can do a very high voice and I always speak in a very low tone, we used to play. Did you ever play tomato ketchup when you were in school?
Tomato ketchup?
Okay, so basically one person is at the head of the class and then everyone, they close their eyes and then one person is selected to take tomato ketchup, but in like a weird voice.
Oh, I've played this exact game, but it
Yeah.
wasn't called tomato ketchup.
Okay,
it was some other word.
Okay. But yeah, I used to be able to just be like, tomato ketchup! And then they would be like, well, that can't be.
Well, it could only be Liv. It could physically only be Liv.
No, because nobody knew, because I was quiet, so so they'd be like, what?
Oh, what was it that we said? It wasn't tomato ketchup. If anyone else played that in primary school, please let me know what you said to your class so I can see if anybody else had the same one as us.
Yeah, maybe just like everyone has their own.
Baron Breakfast says it's the Wheels and Squeals show.
Hi, this is Wheels and I'm Squeals.
What do we have, like a car horror show? It shows about evil cars.
Oh, that's literally just Christine. Is it Christine, the car?
Oh, bugger. There's a paint on the mail. Christine?
Oh, is it Christine? Yeah, the shell, no. The car? Stephen King? Anyone?
Oh, of course it's a Stephen King
Yeah,
novel.
you know,
Every bloody horror film is a Stephen King novel.
And there's
There
also
are, honestly, so there's a
Maximum
very...
Overdrive.
There's a very good horror YouTuber called
It is Christine, says Brown Breakfast. There's a very good horror YouTuber called Ryan Hollinger. And he did an entire video about, like, why are there so many car movies where the cars come alive and kill people?
Good question.
Well,
I mean, I guess, like...
You can answer it by watching that video, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, because if you think of one machine that, like, almost everyone has, but is also capable of, like...
Killing.
Yeah. Like, you wouldn't have, like, a killer fridge.
I don't know. I don't know if you read the Purple Slime Goosebump Choose Your Own Adventure book, but, which I'm sure you have. But yeah,
I haven't.
the fridge is pretty deadly in that. So
I mean, just the thing is that also cars are pretty mobile.
there's a thing in like before we were kids, fridges were like they killed a lot of kids because kids would climb into them and didn't realize you can't open them from the inside.
Yeah.
But I think I'm assuming that is now fixed.
I would hope so.
Or either that, or like our generation just aren't as bloody dumb as the one that went for it. But
It's like, that looks like death.
that looks like a fun, cozy place to sit in. Chilled.
It's quite a hot day, actually. But yeah.
Mr. Gary Gray says, wait, how have I just realised we're back in the studio? Oh my god, welcome home. Yeah, we're back. This is the first painting stream back in the studio since the lockdown. But seeing as Liv now lives in Brighton,
I do.
means it's not just me.
Yeah.
Which means that somebody else can come in the studio and do some stupid stuff with me.
I am always here and available for stupid stuff.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah. Oh, I keep missing places. Oh. There's a lot of detail that goes into this. Why didn't you warn me?
Wills, you didn't say we had to be good at this.
You didn't say this took skill? What? There's that one little strand. Ugh.
And to clarify, you don't have to be good at this.
Nah.
People have forgotten that you can just do things for fun. You don't have to be good at it.
Exactly. Nathan Levy says most fridges no longer have latches that can lock. Cool.
There you go then, yeah.
Good.
I knew it couldn't be us being smarter than someone.
Surely not. Loli says, my brother used to always sit in the fridge when he was a toddler, to the point that my parents bought a second fridge, which they kept unplugged for him to hide in. Ooh.
What?
Loli's no.
I'm sorry, what? Lodi, did you grow up in a Wes Anderson film? What are you talking about? They bought a second fridge?
You sent him.
I'm sorry, what?
He's gone now. He's gone, Loli.
That is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. I'm serious, says Lolies. What the hell?
I'm sure.
Oh my goodness. That is wild.
What if you got them mixed up? I'd get them mixed up.
Well, one's colder, Liv.
I'd still get it mixed up. I'd be
That's
like,
what they
ooh.
told me, says Liv. Says slowly, sorry. I don't know.
Okay.
Might have been a thing that you tell your kids. How long ago did they tell you?
Yeah.
That is absolutely bonkers.
Go-
That is just bonkers.
Phone them now. Demand more information. Demand
Get on the
evidence.
phone. Call into the live stream right now. I need to know what's going on.
Okay. Line 1. Let's go.
Oh my god. We have a Mr. Loney's on line 1 for you. I have some questions for you, Mr. Lolies.
Mr. Harry Gray says the fridge salesman was Owen Wilson. It's pretty at Wes Anderson. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Rasmus says, Mum, Alex got a PlayStation for her birthday. Can I get a fridge?
Listen, the new Xbox fridge.
They do have smart fridges, don't they? Yeah.
I wasn't there. I was like not born or a baby or something. Thanks, ladies.
I was somewhere.
Credible witness.
Oh my goodness.
What's it called when...
Lord.
Oh, unreliable narrator.
Yeah. This colour's pretty cool. I always get messed up when it comes to washing this colour though. Like really bright, like kind of whitish colours are really difficult to wash because they just take. Oh god.
Oh, the man.
They just take on whatever colour you wash them with. So I need to find like a really pale wash, I guess. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, very nice.
I might get one of those contrast paints and see if they've got like a nice whitish one.
God, what is a contrast paint? Is that a thing I need to learn?
Contrast paints are a new, well, they're not that new anymore, but they're a new invention by, I don't know if they're a new invention, but they're a new thing that Games Workshop started selling, where literally you spray your model white and then you pick a colour and as you paint over, it will do that kind of shading and highlighting sort of for you as you apply it.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like a really thick wash, so it colours as well as shading itself.
Right.
So it can look a little bit messy if you just use that, but for like if you're just you want to get things painted as fast as possible, you're not very good painting, you just like playing, then you can just do that instead. Or if you're like quite new to it. So it's like it's a cool thing. I'm glad they made them, but I'm not sure how good they are because I haven't really tried them. I quite like these stripes actually. They're cool.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna wash the armor on him now. I think I've been all. Oh no, that one. One that way. You can play Doom on your smart fridge, says Apex Penguin. You can indeed. Play Doom on most things.
Interesting.
Right. Once I've painted this in the new corn red colour, should be good to start washing the reds on the mount.
Fab.
I don't know why I bothered starting with the the guy riding the mount first, because the mount is a lot bigger. Should have just focused on that, really.
Yeah. It looks real good though. It's wild how it's like transformed. Like
Yeah, no, it's like it was literally just red when we started the stream. Like,
yeah.
just to get like a time lapse or something.
Yeah. The transformation of my guy is incredible.
He was silver. Now he's silver and blue. Right.
Oh god, it's messy. It's fine.
It's
It's fine. Oh, the back!
fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm gonna do the
Contrast
back
black
as
is
well.
really good for coverage, says Rob DeVille.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
Interesting.
Where's that? Caribou Crimson. Caribou Crimson. Put some more Zs in.
Well, Zeds.
Yeah. Make it an awkward. You just put Zs
Oh,
in.
right, of course.
Replace S with Z.
Caramel crimsons. I don't think I did it right.
It was more
It was-
Wurzel Gummidge.
Yeah.
There we go. Get that nice and washed. Nice and washed.
I'll stick to my refined Stormcast. Generals,
Dweeb.
you leave them alone.
They
By
do-
the
they
power
do
of
suck.
Sigmar.
They do suck.
They don't, though. They've beaten you twice.
I didn't mean mechanically. Then.
Well,
I don't think it's much of an argument to be like, well, the one that has all of the special powers won, so they're better.
I think it's a perfectly good argument, in fact. Just because she's really good weaponry and really good armor, and also has some magical ward around.
And is basically invulnerable. Doesn't mean that she's overpowered.
But also, so I discovered in our second playthrough of Age of Sigmar that, because obviously Wheels' Orc boys were like doing mortal wounds on a 6 roll,
Yeah.
and apparently all of my guys could have been doing that as well.
No, it was just your Vindictors. wasn't
My
it?
Vindictors, yeah. Maybe it was just, it was probably just the Vindictors. But yeah, I was like, oh, well, that probably would have helped, but you know. So if you think about it, it was on easy mode.
Yeah. Remember the first time we played where we figured out you had like 400 more points than me on the board?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
No, it was
'Cause
very
we
funny.
we hadn't bothered to count them up.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know if I would classify that as easy mode. though.
Now we know. Eventually, we're gonna have like a fair fight. It's gonna be
Oh
cool.
yeah, eventually.
Eventually.
I might just have to buy like a. Although actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you what I'll do.
What?
These guys are in the destruction, so when you build an army with Warhammer Age Sigmar, you choose from the 4 Grand Alliances.
Ooh.
And then each Grand Alliance also has sub factions where if you only use models from that crew, then you get their special ability or whatever. Like the Kruleboyz. But in the destruction are the ogres, and I have an ogre model which I painted on stream, which is literally about this big.
Oh.
Yeah, so I might bring him out to see what happens when he plays.
Oh gosh, do it. Oh my goodness, yeah. I would love that. That kind of reminds me of, well, something I plan on doing is having D&D monsters that you just never get to face because they're too powerful, like a Tarask or whatever. Just have a bunch of people make level 20 characters or whatever, and just have them fight things that they wouldn't normally get to fight, which I think would be very fun. Yeah, sort of a segue into that, kind of.
Orc language is replacing C's with K's, TH's with F's, and S with Z's.
Yeah.
Great neck tooth.
So scary.
Right. Yeah. I like this guy. That's great.
Yeah.
Let's do gold. Ooh. Let's get some beastie brown stuff in some of the woods.
Ooh-ah.
You are?
Ooh-ah.
Right, we stay until 5 then, yeah?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, screw it, why not?
Why
Another
not?
23 minutes of Dicebreaker content for you lovely people at home.
What, is it not I assumed it was... Wow, okay.
Yeah.
It's just flying by, folks. It really is.
It really is.
Love hanging with you.
It really is.
Yeah. Also, apparently, painting is what I needed to soothe my...
Oh no, it genuinely
my
is.
mind,
I
yeah.
do find it quite therapeutic.
Yeah.
So that's one occasion where I can listen to podcasts, or I can just put on a long video essay on YouTube is when I'm painting.
Yes, love a good video essay.
Are you going to make some soon, are you, Liv?
I am. Ooh.
Very
I am.
exciting.
Yes. Yes, indeedy.
I love this guy's armor is held together with bundled twigs. No wonder he gets melted.
It's wild, how much detail comes out.
Yeah, as soon as you just start painting it, right? It's just
Yeah.
oh yeah, look.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, this brown is very thin for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's almost like a wash.
Interesting. It's a while back in the chat, but Apex Penguin says blue, dabba dee, dabbo die. Yeah. Agreed.
Good, thank you.
Agreed. Yes.
I'm so glad that not only did you read that comment out, but also, you gave us some time to sit.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even relevant anymore.
No, it wasn't. It's relevant to me because I'm always doing blue.
That's true. That is true.
So
I mean, name a moment of the stream where you weren't painting blue,
I was not in the shade. The shade. Chris Charnley says Liv's video essay on why the Stormcasts act good, actually. I mean, they are. How dare you choke?
We won't have Stormcast apologists in this chat. So. not under my roof.
Not under my studio. Under it. Little known fact is that studio is actually buried underneath mouths of caves. Yeah.
Good.
Yep. Stop me whenever you feel.
When you feel like
Yeah.
maybe you're struggling to find things to say, is that?
No, I will just keep making up rumors about where the studio is at if you don't stop me.
No, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
People don't need to know where our studio is.
Yeah, also, the caves are connected to a volcano, fun fact.
So don't come for us.
Don't do it. It's not worth it, don't.
Studio has 2 bathrooms, no rugs.
God.
Do you know what I'm doing when I
No,
quote
but
that?
you quote it so often.
It's a free real estate video.
Is it? Oh!
Yeah. Come get your house, Jim.
Oh, Look,
Following advertisement is intended for Jim Booney only. It's one of the best sketches I've ever seen. Jim, if you don't come pick out your keys, I'm going to piss my pants. It's so good.
I think I've only seen the meme. I don't think I've seen the video.
No, yeah, this is the thing. Like, it's not one of those things where it's like, oh, that's where that meme's from. It's like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But it's Tim and Eric, that's why.
Uh-huh.
Tim and Eric are hilarious. It's basically an entire like advert filmed in that style, where they've like made an advert for this guy called Jim. It's just a random bloke called Jim Booney. And they're just like, we're going to give you a house for free. Like, just come and pick up the keys. Like, it's free real estate. It's got a pool in the back. Plenty of room for your kids. Just come pick up the house, Jim. It's free real estate. Got 2 bathrooms, no rugs. It's so good.
Yeah, may have to invest some time in that.
Oh, genuinely, it's fantastic. Like, it upsets me how few people have seen the actual video behind that meme, because it's so good.
Jenna H says, it's been a while since I've watched a DB painting stream.
Hell
and
yeah.
This chill vibe is exactly what I needed today. Ah,
How's it going, Jenna?
hi.
It's been a while since we've done one, actually, but we've got another one next week.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say what we're painting, just in case the thing gets cancelled, but we've been sponsored to do a paint stream for a new board game, and I will hint that it's a licensed video game property. Which means that we'll have some minis from a game that you may have played, which is pretty exciting. Right. Just doing little bits of brown rope now, basically.
Cool. I'm glad to hear that this stream is coming across as chill. I thought it was just
It's quite
manic.
quite cursed.
Yeah.
There we go.
Or maybe you're just somebody who vibes to mania. You know, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There must be someone in the world. Right? Someone in the world who finds us calming.
Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry if I'm painting off camera. I am trying to stay on target as far as I can.
Agia says, I'm going to keep pronouncing your name wrong, probably. But, oh damn, did not expect the stream to still be going. Nice. Yeah. We've gone rogue.
We decided that we were having a good time. We're going to go till 5 because we might as well.
Yeah. It's just very nice. It's just like, oh.
You enjoying
wow.
your first miniature?
I am, yeah.
Lovely.
I am.
Good to hear.
I mean, like, there's literally no part of Warhammer that I don't enjoy.
Yeah, no, you are fully sold.
Yeah, I am. Didn't take much. Okay, I think that's the back blue done. Oh wait, no, there's a few triangles there.
Yeah, when I was trying to explain to Liv why she would probably love Warhammer, I was like, look, you for some reason like D&D combat.
I do.
Imagine if like the style of combat that D&D uses, because D&D used to be a miniatures game, was like the whole point of the game. So they just invested all of their effort into it rather than it just being like, you know, like a part of a role-playing game sort of thing. And I think there is something to be said of that. Like, I think there's a lot of people who love role-playing games who would actually really enjoy miniatures games as well.
Oh yeah,
Especially if they're
absolutely,
super
yeah.
into that sort of like dungeon crawl experience, you know.
Yeah.
Chaotic chill should be in alignment, says Christian. New Dicebreaker tagline.
That is good. That could be
Yeah,
the
it's good.
stream name, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, with like thing is with like D&D combat, I also like the role-playing opportunities that come off the back of combat as well. So like having it all rolled together in one is a fun experience. Like fairly recently, one of the characters in our campaign was killed in combat, and it was just like, oh no, emotions? Oh dear.
No comment.
Don't shake your head at me. I see it in my peripheral vision.
Oh god. I'm glad you like D&D combat though, because I feel like no, genuinely, I feel like there are a lot of people who, because like we make no secret of the fact that we don't think
D&D. I'm saying we a lot. Me and Matt, possibly me, and I think Loli's is quite into D&D.
Yeah, I think Loli's likes it.
Like, those of us who aren't that into it, like most of our argument against it is like there are so many other things that do the kind of stuff you love playing in D&D so much better. Whereas like, yeah, D&D is a combat game. It is a combat game. Like it's got role playing opportunities outside of it, but it's not built around social interaction. It's built. Really? No, not at all.
I disagree.
If your entire social interaction in the game comes down to roll a d20 and see if you've got a skill check.
No, but it's not. It's not.
It is though.
No, it's not. Well, not amongst your your party. Like that's like, and I find that most of the storytelling comes within the party.
You mean not
interaction.
using the rules of D&D?
That's not. No.
No, come on.
No, you're wrong. No, within the you don't you don't use your skill checks on your party and stuff, and then that's how you.
Well, no, but like this is what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people assume that because they'll be like, yeah, no, I love D&D. It's the it's all the moments where we're just chatting that I love, and I'm just like, yeah, but that's not what D&D is built for. It's a fun like circumstance. It's not part of the mechanical DNA of the game, you know. Whereas there are games that push that as like the primary focus of the rules. Like there are games where like you are actually rewarded for like having those fun conversations with your friends and stuff. Like that is part of the mechanics of the game, and like you're actually encouraged to do that rather than it just naturally happening because that's the bit that people like. Whereas if someone's like, yeah, no, I love D&D because I love doing the combat, then I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, because like, yeah, all of the combat in D&D is as written, right? Some people will play it a little bit more loose. Like I'm not super into it, so I'll tend to skirt around the rules a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you're playing D&D as written, like combat is the main focus of the game.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. I think that it's such a versatile game that you can make anything you want out of it. You are so wrong.
It's not. Something isn't versatile just because it hasn't provided tools to use. Like,
What are you talking What are you talking
like all RPGs are versatile.
unfathomable.
All RPGs are versatile because you're making up as you go along. But like, D&D specifically isn't versatile. Do you know what I mean?
Look, have you not played any good campaigns?
Yeah, of course I have.
All right.
Played Dicebreaker, for example. Available now.
On VHS, apparently.
VHS, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the games of D&D that I've hated the most are the ones where they doggedly stick to the rules, and it's like if you're like if the only fun experience I'm having with D&D is when I'm not playing D&D, then you know, what does that say? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it sounds like we've had completely different experiences, and I'm not just sure if that's because of the certain ways in which you play versus the ways in which I would play. I feel like there's just a big difference there.
No, 100% there probably is. Like,
Yeah.
When I say like D&D bad, I mean I don't like D&D. But I think but I think that as I was trying to explain, like the gripe that a lot of people have with like the sort of public obsession with D&D
Sure.
is a lot of the things that it gets sort of like lauded for, and it's like, oh yeah, it's so amazing because it allows you to do this, and it's like it doesn't allow you to do that. You're just doing it. Like it's not providing you with any tools to do what you're trying to do. It's just you're just having fun role playing with your friends.
Sure.
And like there are so many settings and systems and stuff like that which are like built from the ground up to encourage that. And I think it's a shame that so many people just don't know they exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I saw a tweet recently that was just like, comparing people saying that D&D is good for other role-playing games because, like, you know, more people are gonna play them because of D&D, to saying that more people are gonna go to local businesses because there's a McDonald's in the area or something like that. And I was like, yeah, no, that's a good way to kind of like explain people's thoughts on it. But I would say that D&D has made me, you know, so much more confident in like my role-playing ability and stuff, and I will basically take any chance to play a role-playing game. And I feel like I'm fairly good at it now, you know, ish. And that's our D&D debate, everyone. Thank you so much for
the D&D debate. the annual D&D debate.
The D&D debate, thank you.
The D&D debate, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think if you like D&D, like more power to you.
Yeah. Go off.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, and I think you would really enjoy miniatures games if you really vibe with the combat in D&D, because that is the actual base of like where. That is why D&D is like, because it's all well and good you sitting there saying, oh no D&D is not a combat game. It's like, no, it was legitimately built from the ground up around combat, because it used to literally just be they were like Gary Gygax, God destroy his soul, was basically like playing like, you know, I can't even remember what kind of systems he was playing, but he was playing miniature games with his friends. He was playing war games.
Yeah.
And they literally wanted like something that was like Tolkien. They were like, oh, Lord of the Rings is amazing. Like, imagine if we could have like fantasy creatures instead of just like, you know, generic dudes in armor or whatever.
Yeah.
And that was literally the basis of it. So they started making rule sets for that. And where some sort of went running with that, like Games Workshop, like they turned it into a role-playing game instead.
Yeah.
If you look at it system to system, they've been trying to push away from that.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I think, well,
yeah.
I say D&D, but I guess I mean 5th edition D&D, because that's the only one I've played.
Yeah.
So in comparison, like, I mean, literally like 3rd edition and stuff, and 2nd edition was just like a dungeon crawler. Yes, that is it. But 5th edition, at the very least, I feel
Still
like it's
though,
more
like,
about
it's
that role play element.
Okay, so there's a thing, there's a quote a lot of people use to explain how they see it, and it's like because the only real rule sets that you're provided with D&D are based around like leading into a combat situation. Like like look at any official adventure that's ever been written, right? It always climaxes in a boss battle. There's always like encounters with monsters everywhere. Like you only level up through combat. Like the only way that you can really interact with the world on a mechanical level has to in some way involve killing things, right?
Sure.
So if those are your only tools to progress in the game and to like complete quests or whatever, people will say like, you know, if all you have is a hammer, then everything starts to look like a nail, and it's like, yeah, like everything basically becomes a fight. Whereas, you know, if you want to like talk the big boss down and stop them from fighting, the only like mechanism that you have to do that with is rolling, you know, a charisma persuasion check or whatever, right?
Sure,
which isn't really much of a thing to go off. Whereas like there are entire games where like, you know, there are as in-depth rules or as in-depth sort of like positions for you to take on a non-hostile like conversational aspect as there are of like stabbing someone in the guts.
Sure,
Right?
yeah.
And like a lot of the stuff that you're given as a tool in D&D is either solving puzzles or killing things, right? Whereas like there's so much more to roleplay, and most of the stuff that people spend most of their time doing is that stuff outside of combat, right? Like, yeah, as I think I missed Loli's message earlier, but Loli said, I like D&D, but yeah, I like the combat as a drag. I remember when we played that game and it was all combat wheels with the work group. Yeah, that was horrendous, because I'm very not into D&D combat. Like, I find it super slow. Like, there's a lot of downtime, and when you're trying to get to the meat of like the bit that you enjoy when you're a really like social RPG player,
Totally.
like D&D can be really frustrating, because it's like I know that the only way that I can get to the next part of what we're trying to do here is I have to go through the combat. So it's like if you're a non-combat enjoying person, but then I realized that like I've played combat in other RPGs, and it's like I don't just hate combat. Like I just don't like D&D combat. It's just super, like I find it super slow, super limiting. Like
because like I mean, like playing Warhammer with you, I was like, but this is fairly similar to me. I don't know why he doesn't enjoy both. It's strange, but it's still perfectly valid.
Yeah, I will point out as well, I don't think Warhammer is the best miniatures game either. Like, I think in the same way that D&D is, it's the most popular one, so it's the one that you're most likely to play, but again, it's super old, it's got a lot of baggage. One of the ones I've had the most fun with is probably Infinity. Infinity is like a sort of
good.
skirmish, like, oh yeah, you watch the video, right? Yeah, stuff like that. Like, I tend to find smaller miniatures games a little bit more fun because there's a bit more onus on single models and stuff like that, rather than just like, here's 20 models. Oh, 5 of them died. Okay, all right. Like that took half a second, you know. But yeah, that's generally my viewpoint.
Yeah, that's absolutely valid. Like, I mean, you know, you want to make sure that everyone's having a good time in whatever role-playing game that you're a part of.
Yeah,
And
but
that.
most of the times, like when I hear people say like if I ask someone to say, why do you love D&D, they'll tell me about all the things that D&D wasn't written to do. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, okay, you love RPGs, that's great, but like that's like let me show you this thing that lets you do what you want to do even better.
Yeah, but like absolutely, but like I mean, I guess because D&D now 5th edition is more accessible to people, and I guess with other RPGs, a lot of people don't know really where to start. Which is why it's great that we show people a bunch of different RPGs on the channel.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic. And like, yeah, I do love role-playing games in all shapes and forms. But I guess, yeah, I've just invested so much time in D&D that I'm like, well, I know this, I'm good at it. It translates well to different people. I don't know. It's just, yeah. Baron Breakfast says that you want to hear more of my opinion. Oh, thank you. Well, just my opinion on D&D is just like, I think even though it was originally made to be like a combat sim or whatever, like it's grown into something much different. That's like completely different for me anyway. And like, I think it leans, because I think you've said, Wheels, before that you don't think D&D is very story focused.
No, not story focused. It's more just like stories always lead in violence. You know what I mean? Like it's always it's built towards having a combat encounter. I think there is evidence in the books for that as well.
Sure.
Because there's a sorry, I'll let you get back to it, but there's a difference between how people play D&D and how it's written. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. No. Because for me, like I feel like D&D is a story game with sprinklings of combat in between. That's how I kind of view it, and that's how I prefer to play it as well. But I think it's based on just kind of like communication with like your GM and being like, hey, this is what I prefer and this is what I want from a campaign, and like, you know, how can we work together to make sure that, you know, everyone's having fun. Yeah, so I think it's like very collaborative in that way. And I know it's not very like focused on like one thing or the other, but I guess it just kind of leaves you open to do whatever you might want. Like just there's a lot of different opportunities and stuff.
No, it's focused.
Yeah.
It's just focused on combat.
No. No. Oh, dearie me. Also, retro futurologist sneaks into the chat and whispers, "Blaze in the Dark." I haven't played Blaze in the Dark.
Blaze in the Dark is great.
really
I think like it tends to be the go-to thing of like, oh, Blaze in the Dark is better. Yeah, like I love Blaze in the Dark. I think it's a really great game. It's not like the best RPG ever made. It's just like it's a solid one that most people tend to go towards because it's one of the bigger ones that isn't D&D.
Yeah.
But Blaze in the Dark, for example, right? Like Blaze in the Dark is a game about being a criminal gang, like you know, sort of like getting into trouble and having like operations and expanding your turf and all that kind of stuff. And like every part of that is like you are provided rules for every single part of that process. So like you want to start a turf war, there's rules for that. Like, and I don't mean like there is a specific rule for every single interaction that you ever have. I mean, it provides you tools. Like for example, like in D&D, there is a rule for what happens when you fall on the floor, for example, and you are like, you know, prone. And that's more of a like, here is a thing that you need to account for. Whereas like with Blades, it's like, I want to do this. Then it's like, okay, cool. Try using this then. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, it's sort of like a toolbox rather than a list of things that you need to remember, sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, like I said, like you want to start a turf war, they've got rules for that. If you go to prison, there's like a whole little like miniature section of the book where it's like what happens when you're in prison, and then because you're a criminal gang, like you can start to gain control of that and stuff. Sure. Sometimes your characters are better off in prison than they are in the real world and all that kind of stuff. I mean, or you know, like there's a loving recreation of like you know, not just a world, but like a town, and like how that town works, and like every part of that, not town but city, sorry, is like factored into interesting things that you would want to play around with. So like it's not built of, here is a character, here is all of their stats, here is like what their purpose is in adventure or whatever, here's like some things that they might want to talk about or some quests they might give to the group, blah blah blah, and then that is their purpose. You know, they are basically just a sort of a tool for the crew to use whenever they want to do stuff. It's more like, here is like an evocative description of a character. Here's like the kind of resources they might have available to them, for example, and like how difficult it might be to tangle with them. But then, apart from sort of like hinting at things, it's very much like what the players want to do with it. So there's less onus on like the DM remembering things and more on like collaboratively telling a story as a group.
Sure.
You know, not just sort of like, here's the story as the DM has said, what you're going to do in response. It's more of a sort of like, you know, you almost, without thinking, you create these characters in your head and who they are and what they talk like and all that kind of stuff, because it's happening to you and you're kind of just filling in the blanks yourself. Which is another cool part of Blades. I'm just talking about why I like Blades now.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, I'm learning a lot. No, I've been quite curious about like Blades, but yeah, like I think once again, how do you pronounce Argia's name?
I've been saying Aya Rayan, but I don't know if that's correct, although I keep asking Aya to let us know.
Yeah.
But they have not, but it's fine. There is no pressure to. But yeah, that is what I've been saying.
Okay. So Argia says, I'd be interested to see if Liv's opinion changes with exposure to a greater variety of RPGs.
Could be.
Like, yeah, could absolutely. Like, I mean, I you know, I'm not stubborn enough to be like, yeah, no, my opinion will never change, blah, blah, blah. But like, I guess it's just like, I don't know, I've never... Oh, God, the casino! My goodness.
Go away, casino.
No betting today, thank you. We're only betting on having a good time.
Go away, casino.
But yeah, it's like, I'm like, my appreciation of D&D isn't to say that I, you know, think that any other RPG is not as good as D&D in any way, shape, or form. I love all RPGs. But like, I guess it's just the one I play the most regularly, and it's the one I'm most attached to, and this and that and the other, and I have knowledge about it. But I don't discount other RPGs because of it. Like, give me them all, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, I think the only thing I'd say is that, like, a lot of the time when I have conversations with people about D&D, it's difficult to tell whether or not we're talking about Dungeons and Dragons as written, or if we're talking about, like, how they've been playing it for the past 20 years. Because in the, like... in most cases, they've just kind of invented their own game on top, and it's like it's difficult to separate those two as well.
Sure. It's interesting. Oh, the blue does go everywhere, doesn't it? Oh, the blue. I'm trying to get the blue off the paintbrush, and it's
oh yeah, no, blue and red are super strong pigments, so like they'll be difficult to wash out, but they'll go after a while. I think pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool indeed.
It's about
Trying to make him more bright and vibrant, like I said. Like I'm trying to make a nice, colourful model.
It's very nice. Nice indeed. Oh, Anna the New says, Liv, we need to play Blades in the Dark with the Monday group. Anna the New is a part of my D&D group. Hello.
Oh, right. Not just a random being like, Liv, you need to join my group.
Join my group. Okay. But yeah, no, absolutely. I'd love to play it.
Oh God, it's past 5 o'clock. Oh my
What?
goodness.
Oh.
We've been talking about D&D so much.
Heck, I was ready to start painting. Well, I don't think I'm going to get the blue out of my paintbrush in time, but you know.
Well, Liv,
Yeah.
it's time. It's time to do the final presentation
Ooh.
of the models
Well.
that we've been painting today. So,
I hope this isn't
I'll
final.
tell you what, here's what we're going to do. Move these paints out of the way.
Yeah.
I want you to place them here.
All right.
And for our final thing,
Ah.
I'm going to
Ooh.
grab this and give us a nice shot of it.
Okay. Here we go, gang. Here we go. Those are some paints. Oh, you got it. Okay.
All right. Oh, God.
You good. Okay.
So many wires. Okay, everyone.
All right,
Thank you very
folks.
much for watching. Here are the models that we've been painting today. This is the Killa Boss on a great gnash tooth. I'm just going to put it on manual focus because it is not playing ball today. Killa Boss on a great gnash tooth from the new Warhammer Dominion box. I've put him on a Snow Tiger. I don't know why, but I think he looks great. Yeah, I've tried to stick as much red in there as possible. There's still loads of red on the rest of the model, which is making it look like it's a lot of red. But once that's cleared off, I think it'll be a lot more cohesive as a whole. And here is Liv's Stormcast, first ever model that Liv has ever painted. I think it's looking great so far.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
The wash looks really nice on the metal. And the blue is very neatly put onto the flag as well. And I can tell that you've been spending a lot of time on that because I've been doing Stormcast Shield for a little while now, and they have a similar thing where it's just like you have to paint the background, and it takes a long time.
Oh, everyone's being very complimentary about my first model. Thank you, guys.
Will it stay there?
Oh, I hope so. I'll can try and hold it if need be. You got it, yeah?
There we go. All right, Liv.
Cool.
I'm about to go turn off stream, so please see us out.
Oh, good.
Do you remember all the things to plug?
I'm going to try. Okay, thank you very much, gang, for joining us in this wonderful live stream. Yeah, if you enjoyed, why not think about subscribing and clicking that notification bell and maybe liking the stream so that, you know, YouTube knows you like it and everyone else does too. Yeah, so there's that. There's also, you can catch a bunch of different wonderful articles on the kind of stuff that we've been talking about, like Warhammer and D&D and all sorts of other stuff over on Dicebreaker.com, where Matt Jarvis, Alex Meehan, and Chase write all sorts of wonderful articles, as well as wonderful contributors as well. Everyone's wonderful. And if you would like to get a bunch of different kinds of merch and whatever, we've got that too. It's that's over on Dicebreaker.myshopify.com.
Perfect.
Thank you. And you can get all sorts of wonderful outfits. Not outfits.
You can maybe make an outfit out of it.
Yeah, you can make an outfit if you want to. But there's also like a fun little mug that says drink your paint water, which is relevant to this. But yeah, I think that's about it, gang. So thank you very much. Hope to see you again. And obviously, have a lovely day.
Bye.